All right, hello. Sorry, a little delay.
Jawline Jim, hi. Pastry Puff,
Pastry
hi.
Puff, hi. Joel and Jim,
Hello, hello.
welcome.
Pastry Puff, I am loving the tale you are weaving in the Discord with the spin-off game. This is so fascinating.
It sounds very interesting, and I'm glad that overall you enjoyed it, even though apparently a lot of people didn't, if I remember correctly.
Yes. See, that's what's important. As long as you had fun.
Hello, Mason. I feel this is not what I'm working on.
Hi, Amazing.
To open something else. Perfect. This one. Nope, not this one. This one. This one. This one. And then scroll to the top. There it is. Even more rant stuff.
Oh me, oh my.
Is there a place? I feel like refrigerator door ain't bad.
I think it could go there, yeah.
I think that's a fine. That's kind of like my dump all. That's like the miscellaneous drawer, if I'm being honest. I feel like that's the best place to just do
the chair
whatever.
where all the leftover laundry goes,
Yeah.
that we just don't bother folding or putting away.
Literally though, it's the important receipt. Click to the refrigerator door. Random cool leaf. Click to the refrigerator door. You know,
Like,
etc.
perfect. Wait, no, Ori, we had a place for leaves. It was called garden.
It's still there.
Then
But
that's
I
where it
didn't
should
grow the
go.
leaf. I didn't grow the leaf.
Oh.
It's not my leaf. It's just a cool leaf I found.
I see, I see. I think it still counts. It's still part of the garden.
Dylan's getting to hang out with such a cute dog. How dare he?
No! How dare.
I know.
In front of my tea like this?
Yes, in front of your tea like this. It's so...
Ugh. The audacity.
So rude.
The actual audacity. How dare.
Yeah, so guys, I had to get up at 5:30 this morning. But tomorrow I don't
God,
have to get
ew.
it till 6.
I guess
yeah,
that's better?
I had to drive an hour from my house to go to a place where the job was canceled. But I got paid for that hour, so it doesn't matter.
Fun.
And then they were like, okay, drive back, essentially, to very close to my house. And that took an hour and a half because traffic. But I got paid the whole time.
Why was the job canceled?
I have no idea why. It's not my company that cancels it, so.
Oh, well then.
It's the people doing the work. Okay. But hello, everybody. I hope your week has been well.
Yes. Hi, hello, welcome, welcome.
I have to do this commission thing that honestly I have put off for longer than I should. I moved, that's my excuse. I moved, that's my excuse. I just have to make some changes.
It's pretty damn badass, not gonna lie.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Because honestly...
very much so.
Okay, you know what it made me realize, though? Which is super sad? How much AI art has just populated the everything, the everywhere.
Oh, tell me about
it. I
it's
wanted to look up
horrible.
A picture of a wolf
disgusting.
With its mouth open. I was physically unable to find a real picture of a wolf with its mouth open.
What?
Yeah, because it was just so fucking clogged with AI.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, horrible, horrendous, the worst, absolutely terrible.
That's
so horrible.
Wrong.
Yeah, so wrong. Yeah. So, yeah, really not fun. Really not great. Very upset by that fact. very annoyed by the fact that that is a thing.
Incredibly upsetting.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it a lot. Whew. But besides that, my day was pretty chill. I need to, like... I do have the time to, like, draw in my sketchbook at my job, but I've been kind of lazy about it. So I have to just start earlier in the day with the sketchbooking. Because I want to. You know, it's one of those things where you want to, but then you, like, doom scroll, you know, instead.
Oh, yeah. Been there before.
Dylan and I are actually on a Duolingo streak right now. His is slightly longer than mine by a couple days.
Streak?
I'm only at 5 days now. I think he just hit over a week. But yeah, AI art is I hate it too. I think that in a perfect world it would be fine, but we do not live in a world where people can't abuse it and do really crappy capitalism stuff. We are learning Spanish, both of us. I'm obviously significantly ahead of him. Bless you?
That wasn't a sneeze.
What was it then?
Oh, I am playing Pikmin 4.
Ah, okay. It was a game noise.
It seems like one of those games I could beat really quickly. And I kind of am. I'm actually really impressed with myself. There is a creature in the Pikmin franchise. It's called the Water Wraith. It is essentially a water blob that kind of looks like clear flubber. And it rolls around on 2 giant steamroller rocks. You can't avoid it, you can't attack it, and it crushes anything in its path, including enemies, walls, traps, Pikmin, and you!
Wait, you can't
and
avoid
I just
it?
barely avoided getting run over.
Oh, damn.
And now my cat's meowing at the door. It's a busy night in the Mars household.
But yes, we are learning Spanish, and
I was hoping to beat this level and then do some script stuff, but I might just go right to the script stuff. This is giving me anxiety.
Okay, they wanted this smaller. Yeah, this basically how commissions work, guys. If you don't know, I'll talk a little bit about it.
Yes, teach us, sorry.
How a good artist that is...
Hey! Sorry, guys, I gotta yell at my cat because somewhere along the way she acquired bougie taste, and now she sticks her nose in my mug every opportunity she gets. That's fine. Do you need your own cup?
Yes, she needs her kitty. Kitty. Her kitty.
Oh my god, that's...
I know there's wine for pets,
adorable.
so...
There's wine for pets, there's soup for pets, like, they make a whole bunch of ice cream for pets. I mean, people will make anything. Like, I'd give her tea if I could, but this one's mine.
This one's not tea for pets.
Go get your own.
Cat, go make your own tea. You can make catnip tea.
Sorry for the high-pitched screeching, you guys.
Yeah, courtesy of Mars.
I'll try to turn it down. I'll try to tune it down.
This one was particularly present today, I guess. I don't know what the word is. But back to
what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't normally scream this loud nor this frequent, and especially at your cat. Usually it's just like, oh no, kitty, no, not screaming. So it was definitely unexpected.
The reason it was a scream was because I heard the little. I'm like, hey!
Not my tea.
Like, usually I see her out of the corner of my eye approaching. She snuck up on me this time, and I only heard it. That's what makes the difference. Hey, Bill Dow.
Hello, Bill Dow. How are you?
You missed Misty bombing stream.
making Mars bomb stream.
Yeah.
But
You are spoiled. You are
yeah,
so spoiled.
bougie cat. Glad you're doing well.
Bougie cat indeed. I did not teach her this. I don't know where she learned this. Been
This
good
makes it
build out. I've been working for the last 3 days, and next week I start my internship, so that's exciting.
Ooh,
Brand
fancy.
new stuff.
I got paid.
Yay!
Woo! Money!
Just in time, so many dungeon meshing Nendoroids came out.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm only getting Leos. Like, they're all great, but like, Leos, you know.
I might get Marcel. I really like Marcel.
Yeah, love money. Money's great. First paycheck.
Money is
good
cool.
stuff. I gotta say, top tier benefit of my field of my field of profession, I guess, my field of work, that's the word, is that I get paid weekly. Which is honestly the shit. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. It is the shit. It's amazing for rent. Yes, that first paycheck is technically all rent, but I don't need to pay that until February, so I get... What's today? I get one more paycheck before rent, so we're good.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. But I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I would probably just do Leos. They say his name differently every time, it feels like.
Leos.
Sometimes they say Leos, sometimes they say Leos. Pay early and often, indeed.
He's the man of many names.
He's the man of many names. But, yeah, so commissions. So, a proper way to do it, you usually get... And this is especially important when the artist you're commissioning is also doing a lot of the design work, right? It is a little different if, like, say you have a character that already has a character sheet. You know, the artist isn't doing nearly as much on the design side of that. But I usually do without much... reference, I guess, you know, or it's like a collage of references, especially for items. Nobody really has item character sheets, and
it's pretty rare.
It's pretty rare. I have had like mood boards and stuff, but sending emails all day. Well, I hope you're good at typing, Bildo, because that's a lot of typing then. And then. So you get the sketch, and now usually the sketch is a much more refined sketch, at least in my, you know, commissions, than I would ever call it like a sketch normally, or whatever say is a sketch normally, just because it makes sure that everybody can sort of see what's going on to the best of their ability and as clearly as possible, because sometimes the sketches are very messy. I do force Dylan and to sort of, because when I draw stuff for our Pathfinder campaign, I'm doing it for free, and there's only so much time, so I do force him to sort of read my sketch, my true sketch, instead of like a full-on sketch. Because like this is where's one? This is like the level of sketch that I would give a client usually. Where it has like really messy shading and really quick shading, but just an idea of sort of how everything looks. And it just allows them to sort of view the whole thing as it should. Let me zoom in more here. How does your eye work? That's always the hard thing. When you have like weird body shapes, it's kind of weird to do the other eye sometimes. What is extra doodles? In the Ko-fi, the extra doodles are like usually my sketchbook. Yeah, so those are stuff that I draw in my sketchbook that is Outcast related in the sense of that it uses the characters are involved in some way, which is 90% of my sketchbook. They come out once a week on, I think it's Saturday.
I think it's Saturday.
You can look. So Build Out, very interesting thing. If you look at the schedule in the Discord,
NSW.
Some of them are NSFW. So
it's very good
with
NSW
a weed.
too.
No, it's much more on the spicy way. So if you look here, let me use my button. Boop. That should work. Yeah. Okay. So you can go to the schedule channel on Discord, and you can see at the top every month has a it's rough, like it's not 100% ever, but a monthly calendar for the Ko-fi and other related, but all comic related uploads. And so you can see for the Ko-fi, it'll say like the tier, and you get everything below your tier. So Medic's the highest tier, and then you have Cook is the middle tier, and Carpenter's the lowest tier. So if you are in a higher tier, you get all the lower tier stuff. And so you can see that there's a new extra doodle every single Saturday, and it's 90% my physical IRL sketchbook that I draw the boys in. And it ranges in how old the art is or not, but it's stuff that I don't post literally anywhere else, so it's all very special, and only you and Mars, and sometimes Dylan, rarely Dylan, mostly the Ko-fi people and Mars get to see it. Thursday, every other Thursday, there's an NSFW extra art. It can range from pretty messy and just cleaned up sketches with different colored lines to fully illustrated pieces. It's what I'm feeling. NSFW on the spicy side. They are definitely not explicit because of who I am, but they're definitely, you wouldn't want to be sitting in your cubicle and have someone look over your shoulder when you look at one of these pieces most of the time. Okay, they range in level, but I would say that, one of them in the Discord, actually, it was never fully posted on Ko-fi. Mars just told the story about the other day. It was hosted of Milano kissing, and she had it saved, and it
God.
popped up, and she was on the train or something, and she was like,
no,
"Oh no,
I wasn't on the train. Do you want
the
me to
library?
Tell the story? I'll
tell the story again."
Sure. Yeah. So, guys, I was not on the train. Mars. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Mars attends grad school.
Yes.
Now, normally, my computer is saved for completely school-related stuff. It should not have anything on my phone, also on my computer. They're both Apple, so they synced up without me realizing, which was how I got in this problem, because I was in class one night, and it was going kind of slow. So I decided to work on some Outcasts related stuff that Ori had texted me about earlier that day. Now, in trying to view some panel examples she had sent me, I was trying to find a way to open them on my MacBook because I didn't have clip art downloaded to that computer. So I was trying to find okay, maybe if I convert it to photo, maybe if I convert it to JPEG, I'll be able to see this damn thing and actually get an idea of what she's talking about.
Oh, is this the corrections?
So, this was the corrections, yes. This is the night of the corrections, which made it even funnier. So I opened my photos. Now, the very last thing I had done on my phone, not on my laptop, was Ori had shown me Pocky Day between Hudson and Milano, in which, it's not a French makeout session.
Interesting, Roble.
But they are two guys kissing. So I downloaded the photo from Discord, and I put it in my favorites folder by liking the photo.
On her phone, remember, on her phone.
On my phone. Now, when you like a picture, when you favorite it on your phone, it puts it at the top of the album. So that's the picture you see as the album picture. So when I opened photos on my Mac, that was the very first thing that came up super, super big. And I got like 6 other people sitting behind me who maybe they saw, maybe they didn't. I don't know. All I remember doing was I just kind of tensed for a moment and then I closed it and then like I did the thing where you kind of pull your laptop closer to you and down, but you don't fully close it because then it really looks like you got something to
Yeah, you
hide,
don't slam
right?
it closed
So I
and have
did like
everybody hear.
it's not the full one. It's the oh, let me pull my screen
Let me
down and
angle
let
it
me
so
dim
maybe
the
the angle's
brightness because
bad
it's
for you
hurting my
guys.
eyes.
Yeah. Totally
Like
nonchalant.
you gotta be subtle about it, you know. You just gotta be a little itty bitty subtle. No, people definitely saw fan art of Milano and Hotsen Kissen, and they are people in my cohort. So
And
now
that's how
they
you
know
get them to
that,
read the
and I
comic.
get to live with that knowledge.
That's how you get them to read the comic.
But then again, like I have my Lore of Mars account, but then I also have my main Mars account where, you know, I'm just me and I'm posting daily stuff. I do post a lot of Outcast stuff there because I am hoping to nab a couple more people who I personally know into the fandom. So they
Convert
already
them.
know that I'm involved with Outcast. They see all the work in progresses, they see everything. So it's like the only thing they haven't seen are intimate moments. And I guess as far as NSFW stuff went, like that was tame. That was very tame.
Yeah, but what I'm
God
trying to
forbid I
say.
accidentally downloaded Leprechaun Hotes and oh god,
So
I
what
could never.
Mason
I drop out of school. I drop out of school. I could never show my face again.
So Mason mentions that they do pinups occasionally, but doesn't draw actual NSFW stuff. That's what I find the problem with NSFW as like a tag to be, because I feel like technically it is a large range of stuff, right? Like I would like I say like implicit versus like explicit, right? Like there's definitely not like stuff present, very visible, the focus, you know, like they're not like doing it, you know, like it's not happening in the art, because that's a lot of like, to me at least, that's what like I feel a lot of people think of like NSFW. But it's also includes stuff like Mars's experience with the Pocky Day, you know, image being like that's not something that you would want to open while you're sitting in your cubicle and people could
No,
be walking by looking at your computer, right? Like
not
that's what
really.
not safe for work means. So in my opinion, Mason, at least what I think of as pinups is I would consider the vast majority of pinups to be not safe for work. They're not explicit, but they are revealing, and I wouldn't want that to just be on my computer at work where people could see it, right? Where like
Yeah.
random people could see it and that sort of thing. So that's
They could judge
so
me.
being that the Pocky Day thing is in the not safe for work, that's sort of, that is the low end of what I like do on as for the medic tier extra NSFW doodles, but it's not all the way to like all the way. Like they ain't doing it. Okay, I don't think I could get
No,
myself there.
they're definitely not
I
doing
would
it.
say
They have
yes,
never been drawn
Roval.
doing it.
I would say yes. At least in this day and age, I would say that the majority
Oh,
of people
100%.
would look at you kind of weird if you had a pinup calendar like as your work calendar. You know, like that'd be like, this person is kind of either shameless,
This person
doesn't
is
know
into
what this,
stuff.
didn't like realize this calendar was here, or someone I should avoid. You know, like there's like there's a level of unprofessionalism that definitely conveys, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's unfortunate.
I wouldn't want, and you could say, oh, is it just because like Hotsuma are gay? No, I don't want to bring up any ship that I have kissing just while I'm at work, right? Like I feel like that's not the place for it, you know? That's just not the place for that sort of stuff. But that's sort of, that's why I always have the problem of like being like, yes, I draw NSFW, because it's honestly very tame to if you searched up like NSFW on the internet, right?
It is incredibly tame
Yeah,
NSFW.
I'm pretty sure I know what you mean, Mason. And I follow a fair amount of pinup accounts. I like pinup. I drew just Ferrix's legs. There's like 4 Ferrix's legs poses that are literally just pinup poses. He's technically fully clothed. It's revealing clothing, and it's just his legs. But, like, it's pinup. I put that in the NSFW. That's an NSFW tier. thing, because it is definitely a little, you know, ooh, I guess it's a little getting there.
It's risque. It's
Yeah.
getting there.
I don't think
It
there's a
pushes
single
the
one
envelope.
where they're not fully covered. I guess the closest is the ones coming out now. They're naked. The current sort of grouping of images as I have that came out last month and this month and next month,
Oh
they
yeah.
are fully naked, but they're seen from behind, so definitely yep. But again, that's something that it's like, ooh, you know, it's definitely not in the same category, right? And that's what I think. That's why I feel like not safe for work tag is difficult, right, to use, because it can mean literal, you know, like smut and hentai and whatever, but it can also mean like fairly revealing, you know, clothing in like a provocative. That's the word I want. You know, provocative. Like there's a
That's where
difference.
the distinction comes from.
Yeah. And that's why it's difficult to say just like, oh, NSFW. Like, I ain't doing, like, I know a lot of artists do very NSFW stuff. And, I mean, they're really good at it. But as a person, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm there. I ain't there yet. We ain't here yet.
They know what they're doing.
See, that's another thing that you could technically put into the not safe for work category, in the sense of like, you shouldn't just, that's not the place for it, you know, unless you're specifically dealing with like political stuff at work. It's like your political views don't need to be right out there, but it's definitely not what people mean by the tag at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibe, Mason.
It's very
vibe.
interesting.
The closest, I don't think the Leprechaun one, does it have full nudity in the end, but he's like covering up? I know the pants come off, but I can't fully recall. But he's not exposed, I guess. Yeah, the most naked they have been is currently in the current grouping of NSFW images, but they're all seen from behind, so it's all butts. But
all
yeah,
bottoms.
I would say that reason it still can fit into said category, you know? It's just like someone could be fully clothed, but being like provocative. Like there's the one leprechaun hoatzin that Mars did a poem for. He's fully clothed. But it's still an SW. The crate AU is all fully clothed, but I still put it in NSW. That one's on the tame side though too. That one's more like the kiss level one. But yeah. So, yeah, basically this is all just to say that, like, I don't even know what to call it half the time, because it's I don't want to lead someone astray, you know, and have them thinking they're getting more than they are.
We talked about transparency with the comic. We are also very transparent in our NSFW.
Yeah. However, I find
we don't want to mislead anybody.
But it's so funny that the two photos two of three photos I chose to represent the NSFW tier, Kofi tier, is Hoatzin and Sinnit, and they're like the same position. You just see their face, but they're both on their side, like laying on their face, their face facing you from the left. It's just very funny. 100% though, Mason. Definitely, totally a thing. And see, and that could definitely be NSFW.
Oh, 100%.
You know what they say sometimes, like the mystery is better, or there's, you know, when you have like skin tight clothes, you know, where it's like basically revealing, you know, you got all of it. What am my brain is turning on and off. Blow on the cartridge and put it back in. Okay. Trying to remember what I'm doing here. That's doing this incredibly annoying angle, which I hate so much. As you can tell, the first time I drew it, I avoided the angle, but the client was like, I want it turned. And I was like, okay, fine, you're paying me. Yeah. We're being real lazy with stream these days, just hanging and chatting, so you guys can talk about whatever you want to.
Call it lazy.
Well, okay, it's productive in I have
We're
things to
hanging,
do.
We're having a good time.
And so, yeah, we're hanging while I do them. I started editing the comic, guys.
Woohoo!
Very fun. I'm over halfway done.
Yes, Ori and I were actually talking about it literally right before stream.
We were.
And for some reason, I'm not getting any of her messages.
Oh no, is that why you ignored me all day?
My phone literally is not pinging me. It pings me for literally everything else. But,
see what I have to
doesn't
deal
ping
with,
me for
guys.
Ori.
It's okay, Pastry Puff. I will thoroughly enjoy your rant in a spoiler-free fashion because you are very diligent about the spoilers, which I appreciate.
Yes. Oh, Pastry was so considerate with those spoilers.
Aw,
Gotta
I'm
be
glad,
honest,
Mason.
I clicked on them anyway because I want to know the dirt.
You're terrible, Mars.
Why am I terrible?
You're the worst. No, it's okay. If you don't think about
But
it too
what?
hard, you'll forget about it if we end up playing them.
I probably will forget about it, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know, Pastry Puff. The audacity. However, Mars also saw the entire Ace Attorney anime, right?
Not the entire.
Oh, just
only
the first season?
part with Francisca and Edgeworth as the main prosecutors.
Yeah, so she still had no idea what was going on because it was so long ago. She forgot everything.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I watched the Ace Attorney anime in my sophomore year of undergrad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it definitely been a while.
So
I
she forgot
long
everything.
Forgot about it. I also watched
too
it in
tired.
Japanese,
Well.
so...
Happy to have you though, Bugs. Glad you can hang out and chill.
Oh, always, always.
I always want to do more sketches, and then I'm lazy as well. So it's bad. It's bad form. I keep like having my sketchbook, and it's like I have ideas of what I also I think the other problem though is that a lot of the ones I want to draw would go in the personal NSFW category, and I'm like I don't know if I want those in the normal sketchbook, mostly
Personal.
because
Whoa!
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm still being chased by this stupid enemy.
Oh.
I can see why people hate the water wraith. This thing sucks.
Mostly because this is a sketchbook that I have in the past, like, shown to other people, and thus, like, had people flip in. And now, it's not to say that I did have a little bit of spice in the other sketchbook, the one right before this one, but I was always a little concerned when someone would flip through, so I'm kind of like, do I want to do it or not? Hello, Wondering. Long time no see. How you been?
Oh, Wondering. Hi. My gosh, it has been a while.
I keep
Oh,
losing
to
my
catch
train
you
of
up,
thought.
Ori is working on a commission, and I am playing Pikmin 4 while being chased by a water wraith.
Yes,
I'm terrified.
she is.
It's both scary, but it's a really freaking annoying enemy.
Exhilarating.
Now it's going so slow. Like, every time I try to pick up a treasure and walk it back to the main transport area, the stupid thing comes out of nowhere. I gotta call everyone back and make sure they don't get run over.
Guys, this is why video games are, like, should be allowed on your resume. Look at all of the brain thinking Mars has to do in order to
Look at all the brain
get
thinking,
her,
look at the
protect her Pikmin.
What was it you said the other day, Ori, when I just kept throwing myself at Breath of the Wild? You were like, no. The reason Mars beats games is because, and you said something.
The perseverance.
Oh, okay. It was perseverance.
I think it was perseverance. It was either
Like,
that or
that's
spite. Those are the two options.
probably spite. Like, that's my attitude in Pikmin. I'm just chucking my Pikmin at these freaking enemies. Screw strategy, screw anything. If I get enough Pikmin on these things, they die
Brain rot.
fast.
Or you're saying Mars is brain rot. I don't know if I'd call it brain rot. Well, at least not for this. She is brain rot for other things. But
Oh, I totally have brain rot for things. Trigun, anyone? Megalobox?
yeah, really, Trigun.
Come on.
But oh, I remember what I was doing. I was going through the Ko-fi calendar real quick.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so that's what those are. Those little extra doodles or NSFW doodles. Wednesdays the comic dub comes out, so it just tells you that's free for everybody. It just tells you what episode essentially comes out. Tuesdays the cook tier level gets the script of the entry that just came out the Monday before. So that is just a fun little thing where you can see sort of what our notes look like, how messy it is, how different the end result is from the
messy.
original.
Oh, yeah,
Ori's
some
misspelling.
panels, some lines don't even make it to the final cut.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So it's very interesting to see. All spoilers are redacted, so you will not be getting any cool insider knowledge. You just get to sort of see the process.
Sadly, don't think you're gonna find anything that way.
I ain't spoiling you. We ain't spoiling nobody because God, if these things don't happen the good way, I would be sad. So no spoils.
No, these things they gotta stay secret.
And then it shows you what day the comic updates. So it shows you and what entry or page it'll be. And then it shows you that on the in-between Mondays, there's a cover sneak peek for everybody for the next upload. So you can kind of get a little idea what maybe's coming up. But again, for the cook tier level people, you get early access. So you get to read that episode of the comic a whole week early.
Roval,
how fancy.
I will be totally honest. I probably would never play Call of Duty because first-person shooters kind of make me nauseous.
Oh,
like
they
sometimes
really?
the camera is so damn jerky.
Wow.
I cannot.
I don't have that problem. I just don't enjoy it.
I mean, I don't enjoy it either, but I also get nauseous.
Wild.
I mean,
I get really bad car sickness. I
played
don't get that.
before, but that was back in middle school, so that was a while ago. And
Sinister
I have played Minecraft,
noises.
but I've always been very, not super into that. And, I never played hardcore.
I think Minecraft is only fun on a server with people. And the most fun I ever had in Minecraft was on a server with people in high school. And it was like a creative world. So we just built this really fucking cool underground hideout. And it was just really fun. And then we hunted villagers because someone spawned a ton of villagers in the caverns. We essentially found a mine shaft, and it led to this entire cavern system, which we essentially made like a whole community, and it was really epic as hell. I the memories, man. Good shit. Really I was like Redstone savant at the time because I was watching like Redstone videos. We're talking like relatively early Minecraft. We're not talking like alpha beta Minecraft, but we're talking like relatively early Minecraft. And
those were the days.
Redstone computers were like just barely a thing. No one was really like modding it that hard at the time. There were like some mods. There was like, like PokeCraft and stuff like that, but like really not like a nutso thing. And I personally have tried survival, but I always play on peaceful because I don't want to deal with the mobs. I just want to farm. I like my farm, okay? I just want to farm.
I just want to have fun.
I just want to farm.
Is that a crime?
Some redstone to sniff up? No. And then, and so we essentially made a water slide with a secret entrance and a movie theater, and someone spawned a ton. Awesome. Yeah, there was like a library that had another hidden compartment, and there's a mail system because I'm just obsessed with mail. Okay, I don't know what it is. I am obsessed with mail. I like mail. Wow. Okay, if you want to make this might have to be something I do in the future because God, it would make me so happy. But Mars, if you want to ever make me happy, send me a fucking letter, man. Like that's the shit. Like that is the total shit. like I would send Dylan letters in college. I really have to send my cousin letters in college. I really have to do that for them. But I need their specific room address. But it was like I had so many pen pals, and in college I would always send mail and my mom and my grandmother would send me mail because that was like the best shit, is going to like your mailbox and getting like a letter. Like that's the
really
coolest
was.
shit, man.
And it
Like,
also made you feel like so adult, like here I go off to pick up my mail.
see, for me it was like the fact that it was like it's like a surprise, right? It's like the slightly better equivalent to you ordered something so long ago and it suddenly arrives and you totally forgot about it, so it's like a present
Because
to
now
yourself.
it's personal and it's coming from the people you love.
Yeah, exactly.
A wax stamper? That's so cool, Pastry Puff.
I'm so good. Oh,
Personalized letter wax stamper.
I have a personalized letter wax stamper, but that's not what that's not what I'm laughing at. Yeah, Mason sent me a letter, and I'm gonna show it on screen. It's just a letter. Thank you, Mason. I feel really loved. It took me a second. I'm looking at this. I see like Mason's little icon pop up that they messaged me, and I was like, "What is this?" And I'm looking at it, I'm like, "What the hell? What is this?
Aww.
What did I say?"
Mason, you're so kind.
Yeah, a wax seal stamp. Mine is a little crystal heart. And I've sealed it for things.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Guys. So cool.
I'm gonna DM you a question, Mars.
Oh, alrighty then. I'm so intrigued.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure.
Oh, Pastry Puff, I see you going in chat. In the Discord. In Refrigerator.
Oh, yes. Going.
Ooh, okay. You want to do the announcement early?
Yeah, why not? It's only one more week.
I'm down. I'm down.
All right. But first of all, Pastry Puff, when you have a second, you have to tell me what the stamp is of. Is it like your initial, or is it like a pretty flower or something? Mine's like a little, a crystal heart. And the reason that I am, I don't actually know if I have a picture of it, but I also make like hand-carved rubber stamps that I stamp stuff with, and I wanted to show this. So those of you who are frequenting the Discord know that Dichotomy begged and pleaded me to have one of the misprints of the Watery Grave. And and constellations? Any specific constellations? That sounds really cool. And yeah, and a misprint, and have all of our signatures. That was Doug, Dylan, Mars, and myself. And I also have a bunch of like stickers lying around from various adventures and attempts to put them into shops and do things with them. And when I used to do art trading cards, like for our D&D characters, I would put them in little envelopes, and I made hand-carved rubber stamps that have to do, and it was called Mimics Trading Card Company, because they mimicked the character, and so there was a lot of like mimic oh, you don't know constellations that well? Yeah, mimic imagery and icons and stuff. And so basically, since I had all these extra stickers lying around, I shoved a bunch in a little envelope, and I sent them with the poster to Dichotomy as well, because I don't know about you guys, but the best thing you could do when you get to, one of the best things about ordering from a small business is getting a little extra, or getting little stamped like packaging. Like, it's the top tier shit. So of course I have to do that.
So good.
So this is what the envelope looked like, and and I didn't stamp it with my wax seal. With my wax seal, because it would have made it thick, and I didn't know if the mail would accept it in the packaging I wanted to do. But these are just showing off the sort of the, I think you guys can see them. You can. These are just showing off the stamps I made. But what this leads into is an idea that Mars and I discussed that we will be doing. So for a limited time, we will be having an Outcast poster available for purchase starting at the anniversary date. Probably for like a month. I don't know exactly how long. But that'll be really fun. And you'll have 2 poster size options. And anybody who has been dying for Outcast merch can get a little something if they want. And we would ship internationally. I don't think anyone here in chat currently is international, but we would do so because it's flat, it's easy.
So we want to accommodate them and make sure they can enjoy this special offer.
And we will announce it when it's actually fully into a whole thing. But yeah, it'll be very fun. It'll be very cool. I'm excited. Because honestly, I like converted the image that we're using into CMYK, and literally it's almost identical. So like I didn't have to edit anything. So that's really nice. So that means it's gonna look really good and really genuine.
It's gonna look incredible.
It will. What am I doing now? I need circles coming out of the mouth. That is because we need it to look like... I keep wanting to say Wolfhauser, but it's not Wolfhauser, it's Blitzwolfer. And I don't know why. But that's what my heart desires.
If it's what your heart desires,
yes,
then you gotta
say Wolfhauser.
Apparently, that's just the rule now.
Well, because it's trying to get, because it's Blitzhauser is like what they're going off of, what they're punning, and I'm just trying to do that. I guess it's just weird. My brain is just really weird. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna change the topic unless Mars has anything to say. Has anybody watched Dungeon Meshi?
Oh yes, Dungeon Meshi. Episode 3 came out today.
Yeah, did the other one we watched together update? Cherry Magic or whatever?
Oh, Cherry Magic did, yes.
Okay, I'm probably gonna watch that tonight.
Cherry Magic has a new episode. I'm definitely watching it tonight. It's gonna be so good. I need
it. I don't know. They're so cute. They're so cute though. Okay, I gotta say, and I'm gonna say, so this is our book club night now. We're gonna talk about our I don't know what to call it. Our show club? I don't know what you would call it. The thing that we do now. Show book club, you know?
Yeah, no, I get what you're referring to. We just don't really have a good name for it yet.
Well, because to say like anime club does not imply what I need it to imply, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Struggle.
Show book club, okay? That's what I'm gonna call it right now. Show book club.
Book club. Or he watches something and I also watch it. Usually it's me recommending something she should watch that I would desperately want to show her. Yeah.
And then we essentially both watch it individually and then get to like rant to each other about it.
Yes.
It's
very
okay,
similar
pastry
to
puff.
A certified pastry puff rant.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. However, not spoiler free because, you know, if we're watching it, like, I'm not worried about spoilers like that for a thing I'm about to watch. It doesn't ruin it for me. I know, pastry puff. Okay, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, but the timing of the second trilogy being released the year after we started doing this Ace Attorney like endeavor is absolutely
like, holy crap,
fantastic.
I couldn't have gone better try.
Like, I am so happy. Also, I have purchased, so I have in my stream library Ace Attorney Chronicles because it was on sale for like $15, and Oscar was like, "Hey Ori, it's on sale," and I was like, "Nice, thank you, Oscar, top tier." Very, very helpful. So I have that for cheap now. So I'm probably not gonna get the second trilogy until closer to when we have to get it, just in case maybe it does go on sale. Otherwise, I'll just get it
never
then
know.
for full price. It almost definitely, knock on wood, won't increase in price from now. So, you know, I'm not concerned about that. Knock on wood again. But even if it does, I would still get it because we need to play game, you know? But more.
Did somebody say gay?
No, I didn't say gay.
We
You
said
look
game.
nice, though. Dylan has arrived.
Dylan has come.
Rejoice,
No.
chat.
Stop! That's not safe for work. But what was I saying before? Oh, so this show that Mars and I are watching together, which is very gay. It's literally all gay. It's BL. I'm looking at Dylan saying this. Oh my god, stop! And but it's so basically, Mars said the premise before, but basically the one character has the magical powers to like read people's minds when they like make physical contact. And was that a laugh or a cough? Oh god. But and so, you know, he accidentally brushes up against this guy that he works with who turns out to have a really big crush on him. But while there's like a couple parts where the character who's crushing is obviously having some not safe for work thoughts and then he sort of cuts off, there's also a lot of like just really sweet thoughts, right? There's also
really
so much just like
oh. Hey guys, there's one part where the guy's like, oh crap, the last train has gone home, like I'm not gonna be able to get home. And the other guy's like, well, why don't you just stay at my place, you know, if you want. And then they accidentally brush hands and he's just imagining him like in a fluffy bathrobe and PJs and just like being there at breakfast. And the other guy's like, nope, that's too domestic for me, somebody help.
But it's just really sweet. Like it's not like I'm very happy that it's sweet because you could easily go the route where it's like weird all the time, you know?
Go the route where it's like, oh, like I don't want to say dipping into pornography, but
yeah,
I feel like we all thought that would happen.
I was so worried about that. and it had that one moment where they were like, do it, and I was like, okay, please don't only be this, please. And then it wasn't, and I'm very happy about that. Because that would, you know, it's just nice to have variety and have that he wants to be cute too.
That, you know, are nice to each other and want to be around each other.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, very cute, very cute. I'm excited to watch the next episode.
I am so ready for the next episode. Because I think in the next one, we're getting the best friend and the mail carrier. And we're going to get Romance B.
Oh, me and my mail, man. Ha!
Yeah.
Oh, that was a pun I didn't mean to make.
The mail carrier will be your favorite character. I don't know anything about him. I didn't read the manga, but just knowing he's a mail carrier, I'm pretty sure you're going to like him. Just a hunch, you know?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I need to change the canvas size. This is too small.
Too small?
Too small.
How is that possible?
Well, they want these rings of sonic power blasting out of the mouth, so I need to do such and make it happen.
Make it so.
Make it so, indeed.
Yeah, and then prior to this was the other show Ori and I had talked about all the time, My Boss is Goofy, which wasn't a BL, but oh my god, it could have been.
It needs to be a BL.
It is a BL in spirit. It's so cute, it's so wholesome, and oh my god, the main characters just need to kiss already. Like, please. For my soul, for my sanity.
Yeah. I need more. It's so cute.
Give it to me.
The ending was so good too.
Oh,
I
the
was
ending
so
was amazing.
concerned. I was like tearing up. I was like having a moment. I was like,
I was
this
getting
can't
ready to
be.
cry.
I was
Like,
like, no,
I
I
got
was welling up.
scared.
The eyes were getting overly wet, ready to break loose, and then it was beautiful.
We
so.
were tearing. We were about to have a bad time, and then we were having a good time.
We had a
so
beautiful time, a fantastic
it's
time.
all fine. Ooh, what a line pastry puff.
Ooh.
I like
So
that.
it very much ties into the sort of fact that like a lot of people, if you're concerned about having a bad you know, like being bad, being mean, being rude, that most of the time you weren't, because you're already at the stage of where you're concerned about it, right? Like there's that sort of like oh my god, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean to, like, be mean or be rude or something. It's like, what do you mean? Like, that's fine. You even having the thought of possibly hurting someone's feelings is usually sort of already meaning that you were well-meaning in the first place. Just sort of the way the news goes.
Indeed.
Exactly, Pastry Puff. Thank you. Much more succinct than I was getting.
Exactly. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. What
then
song
Ori
was
and
that?
I started actual book club, which is kind of cool. She gave me some books that she really enjoyed.
Yeah, we kind of
and
did.
I gave her some books I really enjoyed.
And then she got us both a book that neither of us had read for Christmas? Yeah, Christmas.
I think so. Yeah, it was Christmas.
It was recent, so it was neither of our. It was not my birthday, and you didn't get yourself a book and me a book for your birthday. That would be kind of odd,
I mean, I could have gotten
okay,
something for my birthday.
but then also get me something for your birthday. Unless the gift was the fact that it was book club. I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been.
It would have been interesting. No, it's please, Pastry Puff, never worry. We are happy when anybody talks and chills or just chilling.
We love seeing people have fun in the stream. That'll never be a complaint from us.
Oh, I think they're saying the rant in the Discord, but yeah, please rant. Definitely, we like to see it. And I know that you are very spoiler diligent, so I'm good. That'd be my only concern ever, but not with you, Pastry Puff.
I'm sure everyone else appreciates.
I care for specific things, and most of them are mystery related. Like, I feel like if someone spoiled Moriarty for me, it would have lost a little bit. Not all of it, but a little bit,
Okay, Moriarty, I can understand.
That's what I'm saying. Mysteries. Like if I knew the mysteries in Ace Attorney, I'd probably be upset because they wouldn't be as fun. Like there is something lost there. But overall, I'm not usually concerned about spoilers. Like character deaths, like they're still gonna die. I'm still gonna be there in the moment that they die. Like, I'm still gonna be upset or not upset.
I will still cry.
Yeah, knowing that a character dies does not ruin it for me.
I will still be very sad, I promise.
Even knowing that a character lives doesn't ruin it for me. Dylan will always lord this over my head.
Makes it better.
Yeah, really though. But Dylan will always lord this over my head. In Captain America Winter Soldier, I cried like every time I saw that movie for like the good first like 10 times I ever saw that movie. Like, even though I know that like Bucky's on the good side, in the end, and that like, he saves Captain America from drowning. That whole moment when Captain America completes his objective and just succumbs to Bucky, like, beating him up because he refuses to fight his friend for no reason and to fight back. And I'm just, like, sobbing. Dylan's like, Ori, nobody dies. And I'm like, but the friendship! It's so sad that Bucky is being forced to do this. And Steve is just letting him. And I'm just crying. And Dylan's like, you've seen this movie like 10 times. And it's like, but I know. He's like, Bucky's good at the end. And I'm like, but not now. He can't help it. And so I have a really, really rough time with that one. That one makes me cry a lot. Again, even though nobody dies, I know everybody lives. It still gets you.
Rough, buddy.
I cry at the end of Into the Spider-Verse because even though I know they get back together, it's like, but they're leaving.
Into the Spider-Verse gets me. That one hurts.
Other movies that I for a long time I cried in the end of Over the Garden Wall. Again and again.
Oh,
when Wirt is finally saving Greg and he like sees Greg with the leaves and everything and the potatoes and molasses in Latin is playing and like, which is a wild thing to say, but it's very emotional and I cried for that a lot. At this point I don't cry because like I've seen it so many times, but we're talking like double digits amount of times before I stopped crying. You know, like we're talking like a long time before I stopped crying because
had to
it's
watch
very emotional.
good couple of times.
Very, very emotional. So yeah, all to say that overall, if the story's good, I'm not worried about spoilers, except in mysteries, because that's kind of the point. And that's why I won't read the Professor Layton stuff, spoilers, just in case that is the place we end up going to next. In the far, far future.
It's like there's always a chance. You never know.
That's why I'm not particularly concerned that, like, I'm not actually upset that Mars read the spoilers, because I know she will forget, because she's not reading them all the time.
No. That's just not the kind of thing I do.
This one. But yeah. How do you guys feel about spoilers? If you guys are capable of
Curious.
writing, of course, you know, if you're busy, don't worry about it. But
I will be honest,
Dylan hates spoilers.
Do not bother me.
Except with
all.
mysteries, or even mysteries.
You know, I've never really... Okay, so mysteries are interesting because it's only been recently that I've gotten more into mysteries.
I
is
see.
the mystery genre.
Burning passion,
so
everything, anything, pastry puff.
I do agree that with Moriarty, if I had known anything about that, yes, it would have dampened the experience.
What about like Matt on Guard?
It definitely would have taken away some of the initial shock value, but I still think the shock of the transformation and just like the enjoyment of it all would have still shown
I definitely
through.
don't think
Like,
it would have been
that's a big
ruined.
story.
But that case in particular was very like story in addition to mystery, right? The main point of that whole turnabout was never to be the mystery of it all, and it was more to be the moral dilemma that Phoenix is facing. I just finished a fic. It's like 2 fics. One is a one-shot and one is like 3 chapters, and they take place like starting at Rise from the Ashes and finishing after the Madame Guard trial. And I will just say that the way that the whole thing went, they did it very seamlessly, I think. You know, kind of making the AU that they were doing sort of in the universe. It was very interesting. It was pretty good.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
kind of impressed with that, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, I was very impressed. And it's definitely like, you know, it wasn't like a fully, sort of like edited, you know, it had like spelling mistakes and whatever. You know, very closer to reminiscent of like earlier, uh...
Or he just DM'd me privately what the story was.
I told her that it's her fault, because it is.
It is indeed my
It's
fault.
her fault.
I read too much Bashwood, now I got her on a kick.
You're definitely a mystery person, Beatrice Puff. That I could know.
Oh yeah. And mysteries are fun. Like, there's just something special about them that you don't get with other stories.
I've always loved mystery. I read all the Nancy Drew novels, the original, you know, by the original author. I read Cam Jansen very early on. I read
Love
the
Cam
Olsen
Jansen.
sisters, the Olsen twins, Mary Kate and Ashley, right? I read them. They were
Did
mystery
you read
stuff.
Calendar Club?
No, I never read Calendar Club, and I never read the Hardy Boys or anything like that. I loved the name of this book is Secret series. That was like a big sort of overarching mystery sort of series. Pastry Puff, if you haven't read that one, I highly recommend it. If you like to
I
read
think
books,
you'd like that one.
if you haven't read that,
Not gonna lie.
oof, that's rough, Pastry Puff. But hopefully you'll still enjoy it.
Sorry, that's rough. Pastry
It's
Puff kind
good.
of got me.
No, I
It's
agree, Pastry Puff.
I like suck it up, Buttercup.
But in a much more endearing way, I hope, than suck it up, Buttercup. But no, I totally get it with mysteries. That's like the only thing where I'm like pretty adamant about like don't spoil me, because I do. And again, only if I have the intention of playing it, right? Like, the Layton games are in that sort of borderline where it's like, it's very far in the future when we get to a point where you have to decide what to do next, but they are in sort of the pool that is constantly in my head of, like, maybes, so I will refrain. But if I have no interest in ever, like, playing the thing or watching it, then it's like, yeah, spoil me. And then if down the line I decide, or that made me
Like,
be
then
like,
I
oh, I
seek it
actually do
out.
want a playlist, like, that's my own fault, you know, like, I did that. But I'm not going to prevent myself from, like, knowing about a thing or getting to hear someone talk about something they really enjoy if I have no interest in, you know, playing or watching it myself, just because, oh, maybe spoilers and I would want to play it or something. But that's sort of different. But otherwise, like, Mars and I spoil each other about, like, non-mystery stuff all the
Oh.
time.
Tons.
And again, it
All
doesn't
the
ruin it.
time.
It's just like, oh yes, I want to go see it. We do, I will say, with our like book club animes, right? We do sort of do it slightly vague, right? Like, we're not like fully spelling the story out of what happened in the episode, because we know the other person's like literally about to watch it like right after, or, you know, the next day or something. But it's definitely not like full on spoiler thing. Like, Mars didn't tell me what happened in the last episode of My New Boss is Goofy, but sort of like just gave like, oh, it was really good and really sweet, and like a couple like middle moments in it, but I had no idea what was coming at the end, what the resolution was. And,
Yeah, no,
you know,
I
that was
wasn't
pretty
going
great.
to reveal that.
But that's what I'm saying, right? You know,
That
we're
just would've been
I
cruel.
find we're definitely a little more sensitive with our book club animes, right? About like
Oh, most
spoiling.
definitely.
Versus like other ones where we're like watching it together, doing stuff, we're very loose-lipped about the spoilers and stuff like that.
Oh no, totally, 100%.
But brain shut off again. I was saying
I
something.
don't know. Spoilers never bothered me because finding out something's going to happen never dampened the experience. For me, it always made me want to find out how we got from point A to point B. Like, I guess, I don't know, maybe this is a personal thing. I mean, if you want to put it poetically, I focus more on the journey than the destination. I find the journey very fascinating, if you want to use those terms. But yeah, I've never really had an experience where I was like, how dare you spoil me? Now, don't get me wrong. I have said that to people,
I
but
say,
I've
how
said
dare
it
you to Mars every single
jokingly,
day.
or I said it to like kind of fit in the moment. Because my friend
Mars
super
uses the
cared about
bathroom.
spoil too. And then after a while, I was just like, fuck it. I don't care about spoilers and I'll let people know.
That's one of my like favorite things to say to Mars is Mars will be like, sorry, I gotta go XYZ, and I go, whatever. I mean, how dare you? But
It's such a vibe though.
it is a vibe. It is a vibe. I was saying something.
You were
My brain
saying
keeps
something.
shutting off. It's okay. Life happens. Brain shut
And
off.
Pastry Puff, where you mentioned that, like, that definitely speaks to the mystery genre, which
Yeah, I
is the
find
whole
it
point of the
specifically
genre.
with the
So I
mystery
can totally
genre.
understand that.
Because
It's
like
definitely
if
totally the mystery genre.
because while I totally agree with Mars with the like getting from point A to point B is like the part that matters most, right? So that's like the spoiler of this character dies or this happens in the end or no, he actually lives in the end or he dies but he comes back, it's okay. Doesn't ruin it because the story in between and still like I guess I always mix them up. I think it's empathetic. I'm very empathetic. So like seeing the characters like go through it on screen. If I care about the character, both of the characters involved in like a moment, like I'll still feel very strongly about it.
Well, because we also have the added voice acting and the
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah,
and
if it's
like,
good, it's good,
okay,
right?
I
Spoiled or
know
not.
that character A is gonna die, but how do they die? Is it tragic? Is it brushed aside?
But I think
is
what
it
makes
like, does it impact the characters? Like,
I think what
there's a
makes
whole
the
bunch of things to play around
mystery
with.
so specific of sort of like a spoiler-free genre is not only the idea of that, like, obviously it's a mystery, so, spoiling who it was, like, who did it or what happened is kind of like, that is the entire point of the novel. The
Well, that
whole point
definitely
of the novel
tarnishes the whole point. Yeah,
is the getting from A to B, right? Like, that is innately a
exactly.
mystery. So,
No,
in
mystery is literally like the whole thing is from A
finding
to
it
B.
out, well, you could say, oh, there's still like, how does the character come to it? I find the problem that has that the mysteries get so well is if it's a really good mystery, the foreshadowing is done super well. So well that once you know what it is, you see it so blatantly, so easily. So going back, so if you were to go back and reread something, that the mystery to, could be interesting. Be like, oh, that's how it ties in. Okay, one of my favorite ones is a really little thing. When I saw the movie Frozen for the first time, Hans being evil blindsided me. Hans being evil was like a massive twist. I was like, what? Oh my god, that's
Wait a
nuts!
second,
What the
what?
hell? This is crazy.
Where did
Getting
this
to
come
watch it
from?
a second time, and specifically, oh, thank you for the follow, Yotzen?
Oh,
Yostin?
thank you,
Yostin. Yostin. Sorry,
Yostin?
I switched the
So
T and the
sorry.
S. That's my brain being bad. Yostin.
The
Yo-ho.
name went by kind of fast.
And getting to actually like watch Hans specifically being like, did I miss something? Specifically with the intent of like, did I not see it, or like, was it badly done, right? Or was it actually out of nowhere? And it was totally not out of nowhere. His facial, he's fine until Love is an Open Door, when the line of I mean, it's crazy. We finish each other's, and then Anna goes, sandwiches. And he goes, that's what I was going to say. His face
goes,
in that
"What the
moment
fuck?"
is
in that
like,
moment.
oh, like he's like the regret of like,
Like,
just
he
deal
realized
with
what he
this.
signed up
Yeah,
for.
like just like, oh god, sort of moment in his face is
Subtle
so
nuances
apparent.
that go by so quickly.
But when you're looking for it, you see it. But things like that, where if I knew that Hans was already, evil by watching it, I probably would have picked up on these little subtle things a lot more, like him wanting to go kill Elsa, being like, part of his master plan, and all this sort
Now
of
here
stuff.
comes the thing we always talk about, rewatch value.
Well,
and half
exactly.
the reason that's why twists exist in the first place. Take the king of twists, The Sixth Sense, for example. That movie had a twist so famous people bought second tickets, third tickets even, to go see it and catch all the details that they had missed before. So now not only was a twist good story-wise, it was good profit-wise too.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm
I
so
love
excited to
Ghost
play
Trick.
it. That's on the
So
list
fun.
too. We'll get there. I promise.
Ghost Trick is a blast.
I'm excited for that. Very, very fun. But but that's what I was saying. Pastry Puff. So I remembered you do like reading because you read all the Wings of Fire novels. If you haven't read the book series, the name of this book is Secret. That's literally what the book is called. I think you would really like it. It's a high recommend from me. I love the series. It has a second spin-off series that's called Bad Magic? I can't remember what the first one is. I think the first one's called Bad Magic. And it's a spin-off of that series as well. It's by the same author. It's also really, really good. The name of this book is Secret. It's called The Secret Series. This is the cover that I remember. Where is it? Open image. Come on, a new tab. Open. Come here. Open image and new tab. Okay. God, it's so zoomed in. Jesus. Boop. Are we showing or not? We're not. So, boop. There we are.
You gotta show it.
I'm showing it. So
Good.
this is what the cover looks like. Okay, so it's literally called The Name of This Book is Secret. Okay.
Fun time.
And there's 5 books in the series. Okay, the name of this book is Secret. If you're reading this, it's too late. This book is not good for you. This isn't what it looks like, and you have to stop this. Wait a sec. I'm waiting with bated breath.
Have you read it? Have you already read it?
You've read those? Oh,
Yeah!
so good. Okay, now have you read Bad Magic?
Or he's gonna quiz you.
Because this, if you read that first series and you like the first series, you have to read the second trilogy, which is Bad Magic, Bad Luck, Bad News. Also really fucking good. Okay, like if you've read that first series and you liked it, please read Bad Magic, the Bad series. Bad Magic, Bad Luck, Bad News. It's so good. It looks like this by Pseudonymous Bosch, and it's just
peak.
top tier. Oh my god, reading this, I started reading it knowing it was by the same author and just really, really enjoying it. And the end is just beautiful. Had such a good time. Really, really good. Highly recommend. But I knew you were a person of culture, Pastry Puff, so I'm glad to know that you have read those books.
There was never any doubt, Ori.
Yeah.
Don't imply that there was.
It was more some people just haven't heard of them, you know? Sometimes you just don't hear of books. I have
Is
you,
a
Mars,
culture.
specifically because I don't hear about stuff. That's one of your many numerous advantages.
We help each other experience more fandom.
I would literally not watch nearly as many anime if Mars wasn't in my life.
It's literally just because I find all the hidden gem stuff.
Yeah, she finds them and she's like, Ori, this looks like I never would
And
have
I'm
known
just
about
like,
freaking
Ori,
Cherry
please
Magic.
watch it.
I never would have known about the Cherry Magic anime, but I'm so excited.
You're just lucky this stuff happens to cross my feed. That I
Yeah,
got
but it
people
doesn't-
making posts about
But it doesn't cross my feed, so your feed is just built for this, is all I'm saying.
I tailored it in such a way.
It's okay, PCM. Don't cry, don't cry. We're
PCM,
happy to have you at
hello.
any time.
We've barely been talking about Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
We literally really haven't been talking about Dungeons and
Like,
Dragons. It
Not
is
at
what it
all.
is, man. I don't really care.
It is what it is. We're hanging. We're chilling.
I
It's
said
a vibe night.
that it would be about the Blitzwolfer Warhorn, and it has been. I have
And
been
it is.
indeed drawing it, and that's
Yuri
all that
has
matters.
been drawing.
And I talked about commissions and how
You
commissions
have
normally work.
educated us.
Indeed. Ooh, I have an interesting
Sure.
question. If you guys had an unlimited amount of money, but you could only have one thing commissioned, what is it that you would have commissioned?
Oh, this
Hello,
isn't fair.
Enthuse. What? And you don't have to tell me like from a specific person. Just like, is it a character? Is it like you know, like what is it? You know, like is it a group of your characters doing something specific? I'm just so
Okay.
curious.
If I could, standees of my D&D characters,
Ooh, that's
like
good.
the little plastic standees,
Fuck you,
all
Mars.
in
That's
their own
good.
like little
Fuck
poses
Mars.
and
Jesus
stuff.
fucking Christ. Shit, you can't do this because I know how to make standees. Oh God.
Oh shit!
You ruined me,
Sorry, I'm not
Mars.
trying to give you more
You
work.
ruined me,
Stop.
Mars.
Stop.
No, Mars. A new
Hey,
plush.
Here's PCM
Ooh,
saying
that's a good one.
plushies. That's also really good.
See, as a person, I'm not as huge of a fan of like the people plushies. That's just me.
I will
though.
admit, I almost gave in to buying Teruvash. Almost.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it was so
That is
cute.
the best.
There's no way pastry puff. She's definitely
There's definitely Ace Attorney videos where I've cursed a lot, but I do recall there's one Ace Attorney video where Mars says like fuck like 8 times in a row, and me just
pretty
having
sure
to
Lana was
censor it.
involved.
Yeah, probably. Me having to censor it was like, oh my god, she says it so many times. I was like dying. I just having to cut
Look
and
at it
paste.
this way, Ori. You don't have to edit that anymore.
I do, kind of. It's weird. We're in like an intermediate phase where we're trying to figure stuff out, but it was very funny.
Ooh.
Well,
So
like I'm
exciting.
using like new programming stuff and I learned cool new tools, but obviously I have to get better at them.
Whoa.
Updated minis. Legasp.
Oh my gosh.
You have commissioned before, Enthuse. Yes, but if you could only have one more, and it could be anything, right? We talked about standees, we talked about plushies, we talked about all this sort of stuff. But you only get one. Unlimited money. You only get one.
I have only ever
What would it
commissioned
be?
one thing in my life. And that was a birthday present for one of my friends back in college. They did a JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 5 cosplay of Bruno, I always say his last name wrong, Bucerati?
Whatever.
Bu-
I don't know.
Bucerati? Bucerati? I think it's Bucerati. Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about his last name.
We
I
don't
can't
talk about
pronounce
his
it.
last name.
But they had cosplayed as Bruno and put their own spin on it. They had a very stylized design for it, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a good birthday present if I commissioned a picture of Bruno wearing their version of the Bruno cosplay." So I reached out to one of the artists that I had followed at the time and was like, "Hey, can you? Would it be possible? I've never done this before. What do I do?"
Bucha.
And they gave me back something so good, so beautiful. I was like, hot damn, okay. So this is what commissioning is like. And oh my god, every time, like I say every time, I've only ever commissioned something once. But when the artist was like, feel free to let me know if you want me to change anything or if you don't like something, I'm sitting there like, you went above and beyond. Like, what criticisms? Criticisms who?
That's always the fun thing. So because you know, obviously I'm the artist on the side of those conversations, and you get a wide range of like people. You have the range of like of people like Mars, where it's like, no, this is perfect, or this is better than I even wanted, or like whatever, you know, whatever, this is great, this is the best, no changes.
That's always
so
my
good.
gut reaction.
That's always fun. But like, if you want something changed, like, don't feel bad about it, because that's like part of the commission process, right? Like, you're paying for that service as well, you know, like that is lumped into the price of having like edits and stuff, right? So it's like if there is something that you are really set on, like don't feel bad about it. I get people on the other side of the spectrum being like, oh, like could you change XYZ ABCD, and being like, I hope I'm not being too picky. And it's like no,
so I have
man,
a list of
this is the
notes.
time you gotta do it. The one thing I hate, and I mentioned this on stream before, the one thing I hate, and I can't imagine another artist disagreeing with me, but the one thing I hate is that if you're making corrections and you make them incrementally, right? If I sent you a sketch, you know, if I sent you this first thing here and you give me one change, that's your one change, you know. It shouldn't like it shouldn't be one change and then no and then change this. You're like wasting my time basically, right? Like that's what's great. It's different if obviously
I had to keep going back to the drawing board and making little edits here and there.
It's
very
different
incrementally.
if your thing is new, if that makes sense. So it's like this was the first iteration of this specific item. This God, I can't even find it.
This?
I don't even know where it is. Nope. 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 God, what the fuck happened to it? I don't know where it went. Okay then.
Oh no!
Oh, it's underneath it. That's why. This was the second version. So obviously, this is very different from this, right? Like these are very different things. So there's obviously new corrections that you might have because they just didn't exist before, right? So that's fine. Don't worry about that. But if it's like, no, you like this 99%, but oh, can you go back and, you know, put his collar somewhere else? Okay. Oh, great. Now can you do
Now can you make
this
the
other
bangs a little
thing
bit longer?
Yeah, or like close his mouth now. Right? Like put his ears
Well,
up.
that's a whole different edit.
Like these should be, but that should be a list
like,
of things
that
at
would be a
once.
different sketch.
Right? But that should be a list of things at once, because then you can do it all at once, right? Versus like one at a time, it makes it really rough. So that's I have only had one person who commissioned me that did that, and that was my first, like, I find this really annoying. That was it. Nobody else.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody else
say,
has been great.
You've been pretty lucky in
I've been
the
very
customers
lucky.
who've come your way.
I've been very lucky. I will say my prices are in a range where it's like, you either fuck with me or you don't. You know, like it's like you're either here for this specific thing or you're not. And also being that the vast majority of my commissions have been items, right? Like the vast majority of my commissions have been items. People who are getting to that point where they want a piece of art of their fantasy item, they're kind of like deep in it. You know what I'm saying?
Like they've committed to the bit.
Like if you're spending your fun money on getting an item, like that's what you want, you know, versus like people who get like you know, characters or themselves, you know, those are just so common.
Oh,
those
yeah,
I find
those
more
are
to be like the scammy ones, right? Where people are like, oh, this is too expensive, or oh, this is whatever, because those are like, I guess, in a way, less personal at the same time. I have gotten one or two like scam messages, but they don't go so far. I've never gotten to the point where somebody has, you know, talked with me, paid me in the middle of the commission, and we have a problem. What are my prices? You can find them all on my artistry. There's a link in the Discord, but I can also give a link here. Request form. Copy. Boop. That's how they go. That's how it all is. Those are the options that I offer right now. If you want something more specific, feel free to DM me and we can talk about it. But that's the best place. And every once in a while I have a fun little thing. There was like a
For all
fun
the work
little...
you put in, they're reasonable prices.
Yeah, I don't think they're too bad. They were raised in the new year, but not crazily.
The cost of living.
More like I got better, you know? So it's like,
That is also very true.
yeah.
Like, guys, we showed you on Tuesday
Oh,
how
yes, I
much
have
the
to look at...
artwork has changed over the course
Oh,
of
yeah, and we'll
2
probably do more
years.
of that, for the anniversary. I'll probably
That'll
add that as part
definitely
of it.
be the anniversary stream. A compare and contrast,
You
if
can't
you will.
do this, PCM. The DM wants them together. Nicole!
Can't fight the
Nicole, I have to
DM.
tell you because you wanted it, okay? Nicole, good news, happy news. Starting on the anniversary of Outcast, we will have Outcast posters for sale for limited time only.
Yes,
A certain amount of
limited
them
time to
purchased first
celebrate
will get
our
like
1-year
signed or
anniversary
something,
of Outcast.
and they are shipped internationally.
Yes.
So that'll happen.
So-
That'll be announced fully on the day of the anniversary, and it'll probably go
It'll
on for
be
like a
announced
month.
on Outcast's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
And
birthday,
probably-
Outcast.
Probably everyone who comes to stream might get a little discount code. We'll see. It'll be if you come to stream.
I think that'd be a nice little
That would be a little
incentive
fun.
for coming. Don't you think?
Come to stream, get a discount code.
Come
you need
to
that
stream.
shipped. It'll be.
Stream. Don't scream.
I mean, you can scream. You know, we
If
have
you
Yell at
wanna
Ori time
scream.
sometimes.
And tell
But-
people how great Outcast is. We'll totally
Yes.
take that.
So that is very there.
Nicole, I can't help but notice. It's hard to tell, but I think you're excited.
I'm
maybe
so
just a
glad to
little?
hear. I knew that Nicole was interested when Dichotomy got his little thing.
Oh, thank you, Enthuse.
Look,
Hey,
we're all
you can
screaming
all
now.
scream if you want. I screwed up
I
saying
scream
stream,
for
but
I
if you
scream.
guys
I
want
mean
to scream,
Outcast.
I scream for Outcast.
PCM.
Woo!
You can't tell me this is worse than me, PCM. This lovingly gazing posted minis. This is worse than anything I have ever done. Okay, this is like
I
Ugh.
have to admit, Ori, you have not drawn characters looking lovingly into each other's eyes.
and not wanted them to like get together in the main
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I want
this is,
in the
this is
future
too hard.
of Outcast, like after the story's done and the characters continue to live on, they can get together however they want. Like, I mean, I know what I
yeah, the
want, but they can get
characters-
together.
The characters
It's just
will
not in the
continue to live on,
story.
and we know Milano and Hotsun would become a power couple.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, Ori, I am committed, if you are, to doing a little epilogue after the series concludes. If we want to do a Where Are They Now with
We
the
could
main
certainly
characters.
discuss a fun little extra thing later down the line.
Definitely discuss that.
I would not be opposed.
I mean, we all heard the other day where I talked about Rin and Bon, how much I love the trope of Rin's tail just reaching out to the person he likes and just wrapping around like their ankle, their arm, or anything. Our characters have a lot of tails. We can
We
make
do have
that
a
work.
lot of tails.
We got a lot of tails.
I mean, tails are pretty freaking epic.
I fell into Blue Exorcist fanfiction.
When exactly
again.
is the anniversary stream? It is on Tuesday,
is
January 30th at 8:30
Yes.
during normal Comic Corner time nowadays.
Yes.
That is
so
on
it'll be during that time.
It'll be
that
during
day.
the actual anniversary. There will be another Outcast trivia where you will be able to win a prize, just like Days Attorney trivia, just like the trivia last time on the launch day. Woo!
Woo
Ooh.
indeed.
Well, Nicole, right now my plans are to do basically staples because that's what printed the
That's what
the
prints
Watery
all
Grave
our demon
poster.
posters.
Okay, that's what posts the Watery Grave poster, and it came out very, very nice, and it's a manageable size, and they do like single prints
Right. So I don't have to worry about like bulk orders and it's print on demand, all of this stuff. So right now I think I'm at that level, but I do hope to in the future do conventions. I'm really, really hoping that this convention, there's 2 conventions that are right by, not my house now, my parents' house, like literally 20 minutes away, that I really, really hope to be able to do Artist Alley for. And then I would like get into a little more printing of like copies and stuff, so we could definitely talk later about that if I get accepted to that, because I really, really want to do that.
I mean, Ori, if you need an assistant.
Oh, you know,
that
you're
day,
coming. Yeah,
help me
you're
out,
coming. There's no
I'm
question.
totally there.
You're coming. It's a weekend. It's no weekdays at all. You're coming.
Yay!
Yeah, Dylan said he wasn't particularly interested, so he was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
take Mars." I was like, "Cool, works
I
for
got
me."
cosplays!
Yes.
I have a place to wear my cosplays!
But so hopefully
I
that'll
bring
work out.
first? Do I bring Edward Elric? Do I bring Vash?
I mean, Vash is pretty
You-
present now, you know. Oh,
There's
that's what I
another
wanted to mention.
cosplay I really want to do, but I was informed a couple weeks ago it was spoilers and got yelled at for it, so I'm not
Oh
gonna say it.
no! Damn.
You don't remember?
No,
I remember what I got yelled at for.
I don't remember it.
I do.
Did I yell at you?
Yes!
God, no, I don't remember it all.
I think it was actually during an Ace Attorney night because I think Dylan also yelled at me.
Damn, no idea, no recollection of this.
Do you want me to DM it to you?
Yeah, sure.
Do you care if I remind you of the spoiler?
Wait, was it spoilers to me?
I think so.
Then
was for
no,
Zelda
then don't
Tears of
do
the
it.
Kingdom.
Oh no, I don't care about that spoilers. No,
Oh, okay.
I remember now.
Okay.
I remember now. Oreopolis for Artist Alleys. You're not very far, Enthuse. You could drive. So could Mason. I don't know where Pastry Puff is. Sadly, Nicole and Dichotomy are very far away. But, ideally, in an ideal world, it goes over really well and I go to more further away. Because there is a lot in the tri-state area, I will say. More cons than I ever thought about.
Tri-state area. That was like the worst stupid
I mean,
impression ever.
That's a vibe, Mars. That's definitely a vibe. You just gotta... Honestly, at a convention, it's pretty fair game, I'd say. It was more like specifically... It's only been out this year, man, you know?
Excuse me, last year.
Okay, it hasn't been a year yet. May, okay? May, you could say it's been a year, guys.
Okay,
if you really
then
wanted
it
to
will have
play
been a
it, you good. Pastryland? That's a
I'm
good
already
place. That sounds a
seeing
yummy
people
place.
cosplay it. That's why I want to cosplay it.
So if
'Cause
you
it
see
looks so
people
damn
cosplay, then you
cool.
definitely could. It's like a 10-hour drive. Maybe
got a
I'm
good
forgetting
playlist,
where you are
time can
in
fly by.
Enthuse.
So long as you got a good playlist.
Over 12 hours by plane. Yeah. I haven't gone that far. The farthest I've gone is from East Coast to England and Europe. Europe. Yeah, it used to be England. Most recently, it's the Netherlands and Belgium. So I got a little further. A little further east.
Furthest I've ever been
Pastryland
is
is
Florida.
definitely an ooh. Where's Oreopolis? It's Oreopolis. Where's Mars from? Mars would be in... She's in Maryland! Maryland!
Marsland.
That sounds like marzipan.
It does.
Europe is far, but
think
Europe
that
isn't
makes it
12
better.
hours. Europe is like 8 hours? I think it depends on the direction.
Yeah, Ori and I don't share a hometown anymore, so now we gotta make the distinction.
Well, it is our hometown, and I'm not that far away. Don't push me away.
I still call my parents' house home sometimes, and I think it upsets Dylan a little bit. I'm just so used to it.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Same with calling this place home. I'm just not used to it yet.
God, that reminds me like moving.
Oh, she's
into
from
the
Mars.
dorms. And then
Obviously.
eventually I was like, oh yeah, my college is my home now.
Yeah.
I think I accidentally said to my parents one time when I was going back to college, I can't wait to go home, and I was like, oh shit. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that.
Do you mean
Oops.
country pastry puff? Because Mexico's on the same continent.
Unless you're talking New Mexico, I'm confused.
No.
I've lost the thread.
I think they mean country.
Ah,
Dylan
Nicole,
has never
visiting
left this
Japan
country.
is on my bucket list.
Yes, visiting Japan is on my okay. Visiting Japan is very much on my bucket list.
Because I too have not left this country, and I should. I should.
I live in an origami paper. All right, that works.
Ori lives wherever the hell Paper Mario takes place.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, Japan is
It's
definitely...
stupid.
I find that as a person, I'm not sure how much of a traveler I really am at heart. I like constantly want to do things and want to go, and then I go and like I enjoy it, but I'm definitely like I'm done. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's definitely like I enjoyed going to like seeing the Netherlands and Belgium. I really did enjoy, but I will say that by the end it was like I don't want to do that again. It's a lot.
See, it's sometimes I don't know if I'd like traveling because one, I've never really super done it. I've never been on a plane or anything like that. But like every now and then I just get hit with the feeling like I could get on a plane right now if I wanted and
Wanderlust.
be in another country by the time 6 p.m. rolls around.
Aw, I'm
like,
so sorry,
like just in
Mason.
time for dinner. It's
I
like,
didn't
what is
go-
stopping me from just getting in a plane and going elsewhere?
What's my favorite country? I feel like that's a tough thing to say solely because I haven't been to very many.
Well, of the few you've been to.
Of the few I've been to, I mean, see, this is the problem. I like America because like I know America, you know, like I'm home, right? Like I'm comfortable. See, that's the okay, that was very interesting. That was very interesting. In England, when I went to England for tour choir, the internet was not so big or anything like you know, it was still relatively big, but it wasn't the extent that we're at today. So we weren't nearly as attached to our phones as we were before, and I obviously didn't have international calling, but you know, we were pretty scheduled and regimented with places to go and things to see. It was basically school the field trip, so you know, you weren't really able to use your phones all that much in the first place. So I didn't really miss it. But when I went to I did miss like my home. The first hotel we stayed at over there was real rough, and I cried real hard. And my friend actually hacked, so there was no Wi-Fi. So what she did is she literally physically manually hacked into the computer tower on the little like computer desk area with this thing that she had that allowed us to force a hotspot that I could connect to in order to call my parents over Skype and cry to my mother about how horrible it was and how sad and upset I was. That first yes, I went to Britain and Scotland. Yes. Yeah, Scotland. And yeah, I cried really hard because it was literally like the hottest that Britain had ever been in like years. So this is like the start of global warming, like really screwing us over. And we stayed in this little tiny dinky hotel, and it was so horrendously horrible. The other hotels we stayed in after that were more like what I'm used to as like, because it's like in America, you have like even the budget hotels are like fairly standard, right? Like you have like all the Holiday Inns or the, you know, the Best Westerns or all that stuff. Like they're relatively standard. This was not that at all, the first one. The rest of them were closer to that. But this first one was like a tiny little room with like 2 beds shoved next to each other that barely fit in the room. It was bad. I had a bad time. And there's no air conditioning. In America, everywhere has air conditioning, essentially. If you're staying in a hotel, you have air conditioning because Americans, we're lazy. We're due air conditioning. I don't know. Have you ever been to a hotel in America, Mars, that didn't have air conditioning? Like a hotel, not like a cabin. Like that's different.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think most of the hotels I've been to have had AC. Like even some of the more like hometown type
I mean, that's
ones
what it could be, pastry puff.
have as well. I mean, the only real place that I went that didn't have AC was Zealand Hut, but that's because it was a hut like
Yeah, exactly.
6,000 degrees above sea level and it was freezing cold and there was also no
Yeah.
plumbing, so
Yeah,
there
that's
was
like
no
a
heat,
very
there was
different
no
thing.
AC, there was no nothing.
Yeah. Where was I going with this? But so when I went to the Netherlands, that was, you know, obviously during this time where I'm very much on the internet and talking with Mars and you guys and, you know, my other internet friends through the internet very constantly. And so it's one of those things where, like, there was enough downtime on the trip where I did miss having the internet. Right. Like, there was enough downtime where it was like I missed just having it to be able to tell, like, my friends about what the cool shit I was doing, right? Like I want to tell Mars, I want to, like, tell Dylan, I want to tell you guys and show you fun pictures and stuff, like, but I couldn't really do that super easily, and I couldn't, like, just, and with my phone, I couldn't just, like, call my mom. My father's phone, he got, like, international minutes and stuff, but they couldn't do that for my phone for whatever reason. I don't know how the plans work, but we're on the same plan, but I don't know. My phone
That's
couldn't
interesting.
accept it, but his phone could. So I would like, he would like, I would like take his phone and I would like call Dylan and call my mom and like talk to them when we were chilling and stuff. But it was like, and so he had internet. But I will say that was like the first time where I was like, ooh, this really sucks. And thus what that put in me was a fact that like I was kind of concerned to go anywhere because like on my own or like off like the tour, because like I didn't have GPS. I didn't have the ability to call my dad and ask him where I was.
Get lost
Right.
and not find
Yeah.
your way
And this is in a
back.
place that
There's
I
that
have
whole
nowhere.
concern.
I don't know where I am. I'm bad with directions as a person. Okay, I'll tell a story about that really quick after this. But I'm bad at directions as a person. I'm like really, really sucky at directions. At like memorizing directions. And so it was like that coupled with just like not having a GPS to look up where to go to do anything. It was like I didn't want to try to go anywhere because I just literally, if I left the tour, I was afraid I'd be lost and miss the boat and just not know where to go. So I will say that because of that, that probably
It's a very
dampened
real
my
fear.
trip a little bit, in the sense of that like I definitely wasn't super adventurous or anything like that to try and like find and go into stores and stuff. I also was sick, so that didn't help. But it was still enjoyable overall. But it definitely was like coming home, I was like, thank God I'm here. Versus like Dylan and I have traveled to like other states and like stayed for long weekends in other states, and I've been so comfortable because I have my phone, right? Because I have that ability at any moment to call someone, to use the GPS to get myself out of the predicament. But not having it like functional was just really, really, really rough and kind of scary. So I will say that that's a big part of my like travel sort of thing, where it's like, oh, minute should be worldwide, please. Thank you. I can call people in other countries from America. I should be able to call America from other countries, okay? And please.
It just makes sense.
It makes no sense why I can't do that. But, what I was going to say is that when Dylan and I first started dating, very, very early in our relationship, one of our first, like, actual dates that we did is I knew he liked Mexican food, and we have this really cute, really nice, like, small, independently owned Mexican restaurant within walking distance of my house. Dylan and I started dating in December, right before Christmas, and so it's like January, and it's cold outside and snowy outside, but we still wanted to walk because neither of us could drive yet, so, you know, it was kind of the only way we could do it without asking, you know, begging my parents to, like, drive us. But again, it was like literally like 5 minutes down the
before
street.
having a driver's license.
It's like 5 minutes down the street. It is 5 minutes down the street from my house. The house that I have lived in at this point for over 10 years, okay? And there's you come out of my house and you come to the main street, and there's 2 directions. It was either left or was right. Those are the 2 options. There's no other.
How the hell did you screw this up?
I went the wrong way.
Where were you supposed to go?
I went left and we were supposed to go right. That was it. That was the only turn we were supposed to make. It's literally on that street. It's right there. It's on that main street, Mars. It's on that main street. I went left instead of right. I went.
Okay, you went left on Main Street.
No, not Main Street. On the main street by my house. It's not called Main Street.
I know it's not called Main Street, but
Okay.
I'm using it as a general term.
Yeah.
Because if you're telling me you walked outside your house and you went left instead of right,
I walked outside my
Like,
house. And on
right
the
would have brought
street-
you into the neighborhood.
No.
town.
No. I've made the left out of my house first. Now I have to make a
Okay.
left or a right, okay?
Okay.
Now I have to make a left or a right. Which direction down the street is it on? Because there's shops of both directions. And I
Yeah.
was supposed to go right. And I went left.
And you went left.
And we walked an entire block. And he was Dylan was very gentlemanly. And he helped me up over this snow pile. I kept walking.
Aww.
And I kind of went, I think I went the wrong way. And in true Dylan fashion, he didn't let me live it down for a very, very long time. And I bet to this day, if I made a mistake, he would not let me live it down continuously about that.
That's
original
just his love
thing.
language.
Oh, yeah, that's our love language, man. Constantly, I bring up weird,
I know
dumb
you,
shit he's
I know
done.
you don't let him live things down
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. That's like the biggest thing he has over me is this incident from very early in our relationship. But yeah, that one's really funny. That one's really, really funny. So
That's
yeah, so that's all to say Ori is bad at directions. Ori's bad at directions in video games too. Ori gets lost in everything, all the time, everywhere. If she doesn't have a live update map, that's either GPS or in the game, Ori gets lost. You give her a map though. Honestly, also, I could navigate like a paper map, but I need the map. Okay? I didn't have the map. I thought I knew where I was going. I obviously did not.
And this is the days before you could use your phone for GPS, so it's not like she had a little GPS in her hand to follow.
I think I could have, because this is high school, so I'm pretty sure I was on
then
unlimited
maybe.
data at that point. But
Although,
it was more one of those things where it's like, I should have known where it was,
like,
you know?
so
Like, I was
close,
confident.
Why
Why would
with
I
the
even bother with
GPS?
the GPS, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I know where it is. I'm not trying to avoid traffic, you know? Like, because I even on places I know where to go, I still, like, put the GPS on, because one time I drove from my previous job to home, and I went the normal way. And this day, I decided, I'm not going to use the GPS. I'm not going to bother punching it in. I don't have to. I know where I'm going. It's very easy. I've been at this job for a while now. And on that day, there was an accident at
World
my
received
exit.
A grim reminder.
Yeah, there was an accident. A horrific, horrendous accident at my exit that backed up the traffic all the way back past multiple exits that I got
That's
stuck
the
in
worst.
because the start of the traffic happened directly after the last exit before my exit, and that's like the longest stretch between exits. And everybody had to get off at an exit. Like, they wouldn't let people past the exit. They forced everybody, so it was like there was more exits past the exit I had to get off on, but they forced everybody off at the exit that was directly before the exit that had the accident. No one could even like drive past the road further to more exits. They had to get off there. And I had never ever gotten off at that exit. I did not know where I was or how to get back home. So now I'm like in the car trying to fumble with the GPS of like, how do I go home now? I don't know where I am.
You actually just reminded me of a story. Like, literally, same thing happened. This actually happened very recently.
I'm glad D&D
So-
doesn't need me to know directions.
Yeah, right? No, Ori gave us a map in her D&D campaign. And
Yeah.
it's like, thank God we don't have to actually use like compasses or the real map or anything. Because if you have, so which way does your character head? North or south? And we were like, north, I guess? Like, no, she didn't do anything like that. Thank God.
I get
'cause
to
we
use a
would've gotten
compass for work.
so damn. But yes, story time. So I was actually going to take one of my finals that night. I was driving to my campus.
I think I remember this.
You probably do. This happened real recently. I must have told you this. This particular night, because my classes are at night, so hence my finals are also at night around like 6 o'clock.
It's
because
dark.
Winter, it's dark. Yep, it's very dark. I'm driving.
We
at
don't
night.
have a
I
lot
got
of
my
street
headlights.
lights everywhere.
Yeah, street lights, headlights, brights, all the shebang, all the good stuff. But I'm driving. I'm about maybe 15 minutes away from the freaking campus. And all of a sudden, I see some yellow lights up ahead.
Cuando
And I'm
de
like-
repente.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, you reminded me of like my favorite Spanish phrase I ever learned in school, and it's cuando
Oh.
de repente, which is all of a sudden. When
All
suddenly.
of a sudden. Well, all of a sudden, I saw some yellow lights up ahead. So I start slowing down because I'm in the fast lane and I don't want to be stupid. It looks like, work on the road kind of traffic. So I'm like, okay, I might have to change lanes. I might have to merge. Like, oh, okay, whatever. I've done this before. No. It wasn't that. The yellow lights were for the tow truck that were going to drag away the completely totaled car that was wrecked on the
Oh
road.
my god.
And they had police officers there who I noticed were in the parking lot on the other side of the street. That's where their cars were, hence why I didn't see them earlier, redirecting the traffic by hand. Now, the road I'm traveling on is think of it like a curvy straight through. You drive straight, you don't make any turns. It's just a one-way trip until you make the turn that gets you to the campus. They were directing us to a side street. I had never been down this side street before. I have the route to my campus memorized, but not the areas around said campus. So I'm like, okay, traffic's moving. I gotta go with the flow. I will find a side street, turn down, set up my GPS because my GPS was not set up at the time. So that was my plan. So I follow the traffic. I'm driving, still following the traffic. I can't find a freaking side road for the life of me. Now, I'm driving down this road they directed us towards. It's like, it's curvy, it's hilly, there's deer on the side, it's dark. I've never been down here, so I'm like driving at that comfortable, like 30, like, okay, I'm cruising, but I'm also like trying to be careful because I've never done this road before. Finally, I find a stupid side road that I actually think might have led to a gated community. Oops. But at that point, I was desperate.
Who
'cause I
cares?
gotta show up for my final in time. I can't exactly be late to that. So I end up pulling into this side road. Now, here's where it gets fun. My car is on loan from my parents. It is a 2003 model. So it doesn't have new features. It doesn't have heated seats. It doesn't have a rear backup cam,
Oh,
and it
I'm
definitely,
so excited for my new
definitely
car.
does not have a built-in GPS. So I have to rely on my phone GPS. Now this was never an issue before. I had a phone holder that mounted onto the air vent, and the
Oh.
grip held the phone in place. Yeah, that's where this problem comes from.
Yeah.
I had the grip that mounted the phone in place, and it worked great for a year. What it started doing now is now the grip unclicks itself. So I put my phone in, I close the grip, and then the grip unlocks itself and drops my phone on the dash. So, you know what I started doing? I put my phone in the grip, I close the two prongs that hold the phone in place, and then I take a shit ton of rubber bands and I rubber band the shit out of my phone and the grip so it actually stays mounted, and then I situate it into the mount. So I'm sitting on this side road. I've pulled over. I'm in park. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta take up my setup, put the phone in the grip, get the rubber band, wrap it around tight. So do the other rubber band. Oh, that rubber band just snapped on me. Okay, grab another rubber band. Put that on. Make sure it's completely like stable. That phone ain't sliding anywhere. Okay, now I can get back on the road. So TLDR, it takes me down all these side roads, left, right, left, right, left, right. It finally gets me back onto the road I am used to. It dumped me out using a side street, and I was like, oh, I know that landmark. I'm just looking at it from a different direction right now. I know exactly where I am. And then I turned off the GPS so it would stop yapping at me. Yeah. Needless to say, moral of story, I need to buy a new phone mount.
I agree though, Enthuse. The phone GPS is always better than the car GPS solely because it updates like constantly versus the car GPS doesn't automatically update. You have to
The
like
car
do
GPS is slow, I've noticed.
Yeah, and you have to do like
In friends'
update
cars,
things.
obviously, not my own.
It's not it's the built-in car GPS is not as good. Using your phone is way better. But and the car GPS doesn't always do traffic good either. So that's a whole thing.
It's a
But-
double-edged sword, and it also depends on what app you're using. It's a whole conundrum.
But I want two really quick GPS related stories. One is
Oh no, Enthuse.
Damn.
That's not helpful at all. Why didn't it update?
That's
Do you have to, like,
hilarious though.
Download it or
Yeah,
something?
no, you at least with our car that has a built-in GPS, you have to like go and like purchase like a disc to like upload it. Yeah, hundreds
Ew.
of dollars for each update. It's ridiculous.
So you're telling me if the city decides to overhaul its roads, I have to spend my hard-earned money buying a new DVD
Yep.
to update my GPS?
Yep. In
That's
your car.
dumb.
That's why
That's
most
dumb.
cars come with Apple Apple AutoPlay and Android Auto or whatever. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, that's what it is. So you can just click your phone in. It's an SD card. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
So sorry, Enthuse, I got it wrong. But
I'm sorry, Enthuse. We're still living in the Stone Age. Ori
yeah,
and I are
floppy
so old.
disks, all that sort of stuff. But so I had like just recently gotten my license, and I had been to Michael's, and I was talking with the cashier lady about my purchases, and she was like, "Oh, you like to make jewelry? There's like a jewelry like meet at like this store on like this day. You should come."
Woo!
And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'll come." But obviously,
Yeah.
I drove myself. So I know how to, I'm like going over it with my mom. Again, I've like only been driving like a month at most at this point. Like very, very new to my license. And I'm like, okay, I know the route.
Good night,
I take this
Mason.
road. Good night,
Thanks for
Mason.
hanging. Thank you for joining.
And I'm like,
Love
I know
having you, as
the
always.
route. Thank you for the letter. I know the
Yes,
route.
the lovely letter.
And
Such a good letter.
I know the route. I know where to go. So I leave at the proper time on the proper day to go. And lo and behold, I go down the road. And uh-oh, there's a police car blocking the entire road. I can't go any further.
God
No,
damn
I
it.
don't know where to go. And the GPS keeps trying to make me go the way that is blocked. And I like call my mom and I'm like frantic. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna be late to this meet thing and I don't know a different way to go. And she you know, this is very near our house, so she like told me where to go and like how to get there and do whatever and get around the thing. But I was like, I don't know what to do.
Hilarious.
that was that. But Dylan, on the other hand, has had really bad luck with GPSs.
Oh,
There are
no.
on 2 occasions I can recall that he has had horrific luck with the GPS. So usually,
What happened?
I am neither of those things, Enthuse. I am GPS says turn left. I'm the third right
I am
kind of
Filthy
navigator.
Games navigator.
I am
use my landmarks.
I am
If someone
the
wants
third
to know where
left.
something is, I'm going to tell them, you know the Izumi's next to the glasses store? It's in between those two. Make a right there.
Yeah, I'm a the third left kind of navigator. I'm the second left after the traffic light, the third traffic light navigator. So
No.
damn.
I'm a landmarks person. This is why I got through Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. But so Dylan usually calls me on the phone when he has like a long trip and we like talk while driving because that's nice to do. And one time he's doing the GPS. I don't even know where he's going. It doesn't matter. But he's using the GPS. And suddenly he tells me, he's like, Ori, I think it's taking me in circles. And for some unknown reason, to this day, we still do not know why. But instead of deciding to take him to his destination, at some point the GPS just kept telling him to go in circles. Now, I don't know if he was doing something
Even
wrong.
funnier because I can imagine him saying that. Like, I can imagine the tone of voice he used and everything.
Exactly. Just suddenly, in the middle of the conversation, right? Just suddenly. And I'm like, okay, Dylan, just pick a direction and keep driving, right? Just keep driving until it tells you something new, okay? Don't make U-turns, don't whatever. Just keep going. It'll eventually update. And it did, and he lived, and he got to his location. The second time...
Did he live?
He did live. The second time, he was following the GPS, and the GPS took him a certain way, and there was road construction going on that, for whatever reason, his phone didn't know about, so it didn't allow him to avoid it. So he has to take a detour. And again, he's on the phone with me this whole time. He's like, oh no, I gotta take this detour. I'm like, it's okay, Dylan, just follow the signs and follow the other cars. He's like, okay, it'll be fine. And he starts following the signs and he starts following the cars. And at a certain point, he's like, Ori, there's no more signs. And I'm like, okay, Dylan, then follow the GPS. It's been on this whole time, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, it just keeps wanting me to go back to the construction where the detour is from.
You know what this is reminding me of? It's reminding me of that one scene from A Bug's Life where they're following in a line because you said follow the car.
Yeah.
And the leaf falls down, blocks the path, and the guy just goes, I'm lost!
Yeah, no, exactly. And so I'm like, okay, Dylan, just turn around and just go in the direction and just keep going and eventually it'll update. But it really didn't like him.
See, driving with the GPS, I've never had, knock on wood a million times because I have to go to my internship next week, so I need my GPS to work, but I've knocked on wood 1,000 times now.
Yes, good. Important.
All the new places I've had to go and had to drive myself to, like, my GPS has worked. The one place my GPS does not work is in the city when I'm on foot, because I will restart the app, undownload, re-download, end the route, restart it for some reason. So the way my GPS works is that I use the GPS that came with my phone. So the way it works on there is you have a dot that represents you when you're walking, and you have a kind of cone light that comes from that dot
Mm-hmm.
that represents the direction you're facing. Every time I am fucking walking and using the GPS, it doesn't know where to position this viewpoint.
Mars.
So I will start walking in one direction only to find out I gotta turn around and go in the other damn direction because, and it's not because the viewpoint changed, it's because I noticed the dot got a little further away from the starting position.
Mars.
It's really dumb. And the map doesn't flip itself around depending on what direction you're going in. I hate it. It drives me
Do
crazy.
you use
and I have
Apple
not
Maps
found a good solution.
or Google
Yes.
Maps?
I use
Hmm.
Apple. Google has been even worse for me.
Well, so I use maps a lot now for my job. I mean, I did in the past, but even more now. And I also use it walking. But I also had to use it originally to know which direction was north. So, there's a cool feature that if you actually tap on Google Maps, I don't know if it works on Apple Maps, but if you tap the dot that represents you, it brings up this little thing and it says a lot of times it says like calibration low or whatever, but it'll say calibrate, and you click it and it tells you to like hold your phone up and like scan your surroundings, and it happens really, really fast for me. It was really fast in Google Maps, and it just goes boop, and then it knows exactly where you are with incredible fucking accuracy, like right there, and the direction. And you can click it to make it so it points forward to follow your path even while walking.
So I'm looking into this. I'm
Yeah.
picking a location that's very close to me.
Yeah.
Walking directions to East Northport Public Library.
Whoop.
Whoa.
Hopefully no one heard. I'm clicking the dot and nothing's happening.
You pressed your own dot?
I pressed my own dot and nothing is happening.
No. You don't be in directions. Come out of directions.
Oh, okay, end route.
Come out of directions, find your dot, just, locate your dot, and tap your dot. And then it says, like, share location, calibrate, and it says for me, it says location accuracy is low.
Nah, it's saying report something missing, coordinates, there's a more tab, download
Is this in
map,
Apple Maps
report
or Google
something
Maps?
missing. This is in Apple. I don't use Google Maps.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's a feature on mine,
So sad.
which is very tragic.
I wonder if there's a way to calibrate Apple Maps.
Yes, no one heard the dissonant voice.
What works now is that Mars only doxes herself now because I don't live near anymore. It works. Okay, open the settings app, tap privacy, tap location services, system services, and enable compass calibration.
Oh. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this all later.
Okay.
I'm not doing this on stream. This will not be the stream.
No, this will not be the stream. But yes. So very fun stuff happening.
Indeed. Life's moving along.
Oh, this is a fun question.
Yep.
What is everybody's favorite piece of merch? If you had a show
Pin.
or a
Hands
manga.
down pin.
Yeah, enamel pins are really, really great.
Enamel pins.
I love enamel
100%.
pins.
I definitely don't have an Ori level collection that I am hoping to build up. I would say pins first, keychains second, posters third, standees. Well, okay, this is in order of how many things I have. The pins definitely outnumber the keychains. The keychains outnumber the posters, and the posters outnumber the standees. The standees outnumber the Funko Pops.
Not much of a merch person.
Really, PCM?
Really, PCM.
Well, you
I
want a
wouldn't have
new
guessed that.
plushie? I'd say a plushies, huh?
Yeah, plushies totally count.
I think 100% pins, enamel pins, without a doubt. I'm not a fan of like the buttons or the badges. I'm an enamel pins through and through.
Can work if it's like
Oh.
really good art. I have a couple like that, but like generic buttons are kind of like.
See, like, I don't know. At that point, I want, like, the art to be, like, bigger. You know, at that point, it's like, I want a postcard or a poster, you know, like, if it's, like, the art. Really quick, Dumbers. Dylan got me, Lloyd's Westola Spy pin for Christmas.
No
I have
freaking
it.
way.
Oh, so cool. So cool. But, definitely pins hand down. I think at this point, next would be... Because I include, like, my fig pins in with pins, even though they're, like, closer to standees, but they're, like, acrylic enamel standees. They're enamel standees.
Count them.
They're pins, though. They have pin backs and everything. I think at this point after that, my next would be figures. Full on, like the realistic, you know, realistic.
Oh, you're
in
thinking
quotes,
like the Papa
like what
Parade
Vash
figures.
is, or what Wolfwood is, right? That would be my very close second. Pins and then figures.
PCM, that's not a fault at all. That's a blessing.
I mean, I don't care about official merch, dudes. I don't got a lot of official merch. A lot of mine is artist, you know, artist specific stuff.
Most of my standees are artist specific.
I
Got them from Zines. or I
don't
bought
have
them
any
just outright.
acrylic standees. All of my acrylic keychains, and I have some wood cutout keychains. Those are all artists. None of those are official. I have, out of all of my pins, honestly, a vast majority of them aren't even like merch. They're just like really cool pins. But all the official
like,
pins
they're pretty.
are like the only official pins I have are Disney pins, because that's what got me into my pin hoarding deal, and Pokemon pins, because you could buy Pokemon cards with packs that had pins in them. So I have like I have a Snorlax and a Munchlax, but then I also have unofficial Snorlax, you know, because I love him a lot.
Snorlax is great. How could you not love him?
So are you a plush, like, so this is less of a question of what merch you have, though that's obviously a good way to judge, but it's what's your favorite.
What
If you had, so let's say Enthuse,
I like
let's
pins
take
because they
Ace
look
Attorney.
super elegant.
right? Let's take Ace Attorney. If you could only have one merch thing, it doesn't have to be something you've seen in existence. Okay, plushies 100%. See, I like plushies, but if I'm being honest, I like them more like artist in the sense of like I don't like the like person plushies, like character plushies or anything like that. All of my plushies I have are like they're Long Boy from artists that I like that made good Long Boy plushie. Yeah, like Croco Nana and Pickle, the long crocodile, and my really long salamander boy, and you know, those sort of things.
Yeah, no, same here. I have a fox that was actually a birthday present, but then I have a moth kitten that was designed
the
by
moth
an artist.
kitten. Yes,
And
I
it's
also have a
so pretty and
handmade.
so cute.
I have a handmade little chick plush that I like saw on Instagram and immediately fell in love and was like, yes, I need you. And that's like what this artist does, is they like make handmade, like hand sewn, handmade, like little chick plushies with blushy cheeks. And I was like, yes, I need this.
This is the problem though. Any stuffies I want to buy, I gotta like sneak into the house because my parents are basically like, why do you need the stuffies? Like, did you outgrow them? I'm just
Squishable
like, they make
keychains.
me happy.
Wait, what? Who?
That's why one of my
Someone
most recent
commented.
Squishmallows just lived in my car.
Someone commented on your. Damn, there was like a post, and it was like, your best partner is someone who you don't have to hide your like stuffed animal from. And it's like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I have. Dylan actually didn't realize how old my sleep stuffed animal is. He's Kipper from the show Kipper, if you've ever seen that show. But
that just brought up memories.
he's like my first ever stuffed animal, right? Complimented, not commented. Squishable keychains, though. That's the cool part.
That's where the shit's at.
Yeah, what are they of?
Oh, the dreamy sleep plush is so cute.
And yeah, so he's as old as I am, and Dylan didn't realize that he was that old. He's very well loved. No compliments here. All the compliments for Noop.
Oh.
Noop is very pretty. I liked drawing Noop. I really like Noop's eyes. Like, not, you know, I mean, the amount of them is cool, but, like, the coloration is epic. I had fun doing that. Plague Doctor and a knock-off Audrey. Is that supposed to be 2 or I feel like I'm going to be judged.
I think it's 2.
Okay.
I only know about Audrey 2.
Okay, then good.
I've never heard of Audrey II.
I don't know about Audrey 2, so I was just trying to
Don't
know.
know about Audrey 2?
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Enthuse, but isn't Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors?
But I used to
That's
be
what I thought!
There you go. Oh,
knew
the
it!
plant. Okay. I've never
Yeah.
seen Little Shop of Horrors.
Dude! Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, the music's so fun in that one!
I know, it's on the list.
It's by the same guy who did Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd.
Don't watch it. I love Into the Woods. That's like one of my
Into the Woods
favorites.
is literally my favorite Broadway musical.
I
like,
think
of
nothing
all
can
time.
top Beetlejuice if I'm being honest.
Beetlejuice is probably second.
I love
I
Into
just
the
like-
Woods a
I
lot.
just like the message of Into the Woods. Like, it's got a really good message.
It does, it does. Ugh.
Like,
I love Into the Woods a
all
lot, a
those
lot, a
women
lot.
Sondheim, like, fight me. Amazing.
For a while, before Beetlejuice, my favorite Broadway musical though was Aladdin, because in my opinion, it was
Oh,
done
I heard it was really
so well. It's done so
What the
well.
live action movie should have been.
Oh yeah, fuck the live action movie. I don't care. Cookies! Thank you for cookies.
Hey, thanks for baking, Roval.
Roval baked us cookies.
Now we have a
yeah.
snack to go with our Broadway talk.
But it was so good. And just the effects and the everything, and it was just amazing.
Ugh.
That one was my favorite, but I don't know, Beetlejuice. Oh, thank you for
Oh my god, more? Some biscuits? Awesome.
biscuits now?
They're biscuits.
Look at that. Hasn't
No, we're
even popped
serving
up
American,
for me yet.
now we're serving Europe.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, I saw Beetlejuice, and that one just really took the cake for me. I
was
love that one so much.
So happy I got to see Beetlejuice before it went away. Like, I actually
Yeah,
went
there has
kinda
been for a bit,
crazy.
Pastry Puff.
After the show, I went to the merch counter and I basically was like, okay, I'm only gonna get some pins. I'm just here for pins. And then I was like, but it's also their very last show and I'm probably never gonna get my hands on this merchandise ever again. So give me the CD, give me the bag, give me the pins, give me the everything. I'll take it all.
I think Enthuse is gonna
Kinda
actually
went a
you.
little crazy.
That's a vibe, unknown nerd.
Wait a second. Hang on. Wasn't it Stephen Sondheim? Am I making stuff up?
For the villains?
Of horrors. Who wrote the... Oh, Howard Ashman. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Howard Ashman, who did The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and
Also did Little
Newsies,
Shop of
and
Sorry,
Aladdin.
I'm an idiot.
Alan Menken.
Yeah, Alan Menken and Howard Ashman did The Little Mermaid. I think Beauty and the Beast. And then sadly Ashman passed away, so it was all left to Menken to carry on the legacy.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
unknown
Sorry,
nerd.
guys. Midnight brain kicked in early.
This is us when Mars found out that they canceled Our Flag Means Death.
Huh?
That's what the image is, the drawing.
Oh,
Screaming.
Well, yeah,
"Ah!"
that definitely embodies the rage I felt at that.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I told my parents, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I never really
Jamie!
liked that show," and I was like,
Jamie, you missed us talking a
100
lot about
damage.
spicy and NSFW.
"Yeah, Jamie, you
You
really
missed
should have
it.
been here earlier tonight. We had a whole talk about NSFW."
I know. Bill Dow was asking questions about the Ko-fi rewards, and we were basically going through the list.
Sharing stories about accidentally opening NSFW in school,
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
What NSFW means.
This is why I'm so glad Ori's NSFW is very tame.
Well, you also opened like one of the tamest ones. I think the only one just as tame would probably be Crate
Cute! I
AU.
wanted it in my favorites folder.
Is where it belongs.
I just liked how it was drawn because it was cute.
Furious even.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Yeah, PCM out here
Run,
shipping without
PCM.
shipping.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm like, no. That's in bad taste. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh no.
I don't know. Would it be?
I don't know.
I was gonna say pulling a Voltron and queer baiting.
Oh no.
I mean, PCM, you gave me permission to make
Yeah.
the joke, so.
Technically late, but Mars did it anyway. It worked out. I'm glad that you didn't tell her to not do it and she said it anyway. That would have been rough.
I feel like we're all friends here. We all know how Voltron hurt us.
Yeah.
So we can make jokes about it.
And
now.
the community. Ah, the rambling.
Ah, yes. Bring on the rambling.
Oh gosh. I don't even
Anyway,
know what
Ori,
this
yeah, you
emoji
need
is.
to see Little Shop of Horrors. It is a fun movie.
I'm sorry, Enthuse just told me not to watch it. I don't know.
No, I think you should. It's a fun time.
But yeah, every musical I've been to since being
You
like
will
a
hate dentists
person,
after this, though.
since being a person with money, all my merch is pins. So I have my Beetlejuice pin, I have my Dear Evan Hansen pin, I have my Hamilton pin, and I have 3 Music Man pins because the single pin was lame. It was literally just the Music Man as an enamel pin, but the pack of 3 had a
Ooh.
cornet and the box that said the briefcase that said Professor Hill and the ice cream cone. So
Oh, that's too good.
yeah, so I got the 3-pack. And I got what I thought was a pin from The Lion King, but it turned out to be a magnet, which was
That
sad.
keychain. Oh.
But no, it was a magnet.
I'm always so sad when I can't find pins, and I'm like, all right, just give me the keychain. But I'd really rather have a pin
Yeah.
because I'm never gonna use the keychain. It's just gonna be on my wall of collectibles.
Ah, all right, Enthuse. I'll take it. Yeah, Shipping Wars was part of it, but it was also just the ending.
The Shipping Wars was part of it. They also just made some very questionable writing decisions. I hate saying they knowingly baited their audience, but they really did. Like, there's one thing acknowledging that your fandom likes a ship, but then acknowledging they like it and feeding into that without any delivery. It's like what Pastry Puff was talking earlier about following through with the promise. Like, they set us up expectation wise and then failed
Yeah.
horribly. And then they
Horribly.
killed a likable character for no goddamn reason. Like, I don't see. Okay, this is what I don't understand. Spoilers for Voltron, but
It's been long
come on,
enough.
it's been long enough. So basically, the fandom ship was Keith and Lance, and let's be
My
honest,
boys. Which I still
They
cry
were
about, Jesus.
hella shippable. Like, they had so many moments in the show. They had so many moments together, and you just like you saw how it could work. That was the problem. They laid the groundwork so well, and then when they realized the fandom was into that, they started feeding into it. Now, here's what I will never understand. They didn't give
We
us
talk
Keith
about
and
pins.
Lance. Instead, they gave us Lance and Allura, which
Exactly,
fine.
pastry puff.
Western cartoon, we got to meet the straight quota. I get it. Like, honestly, I got to be totally honest. These were not the days of the Owl House. I was not expecting any representation whatsoever. The fact we were getting anything with Shiro was kind of a miracle in and of itself.
Kind of weird though,
But-
done if I'm being honest, but you know.
Well, it was definitely kill your gaze. Like, oh yeah, Shiro's gay, but his partner has been dead since before the series started.
So yeah.
Yeah, how good is this representation really? Not very. But here's what doesn't make sense to me. So, okay, not Keith. Lance and Allura are together, like they're end game now. Which, okay, fine. Western cartoon, straight ship, got it. Like, it makes sense. But then they kill Allura. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
it's just
you wanted
rough.
that to be end game. And Western cartoons always push the straight ship. Like, why did you kill her off? If that's what you really wanted, and the whole point of, like, because every Western show, it's like, we all know how Avatar: The Last Airbender ended. We all know Teen Titans, like Robin and Starfire do get together. Sam and Danny, Kim and Ron, but that one's actually good.
But they're good. Don't bring that to this.
But you get it. Every single cartoon has done the straight ship. So it makes sense that another would fall into, like, the pile. But then why kill her off?
Yeah,
Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. If you
yeah,
wanted
in
them
the
to
last
be
season,
endgame,
I haven't watched
why
it, pastry
lean
puff.
into it so hard and then kill off one of the characters? Like, okay, so I can see how, because Gurren Lagann kind of did the same thing. Like, they played the long game, and then Nia vanished at the end. But that played a larger role in the series,
Yeah.
so it actually made sense.
It had a point.
Whereas killing Allura just made no goddamn sense. It just made Lance miserable, and then opened the floor for the fandom to say, okay, so Keith and Lance get together after Allura dies. Great. Everyone's happy.
Yay.
Except no, we're not, because you killed one of the really good female characters.
Quick aside back to pins, though, because Roval asked a question, what makes pins appealing to collect for a layman? My favorite thing about enamel pins is the fact that they are merch that I can use. Okay? Now, you say, oh, what about, like, graphic tees? I can only wear one graphic tee at a time. And it is a specific graphic tee. I'm not joking. It is a specific graphic tee that is, one, only a t-shirt. 2, sometimes only comes in specific colors that I don't even want. And 3, again, is just, I can only wear one t-shirt at a time. I can only wear one hoodie at a time. Okay? Pins, however, can go with whatever outfit I want, because there's so many of them. I can wear multiple at a time. 2 on my lapel, multiple on my vest, you know, breast pocket area, you know. I can wear on my suit jackets, right? I can wear multiple pins at once that go with whatever outfit combination I want at the time. Okay? They can go,
yes.
like Enthuse said, on backpacks. However, they also can hang on my wall where they live when I'm not wearing them, because I can't wear all of them at once because I have way too many. But that's where they live, also looking pretty. They're versatile, and there's something that means that I can wear something that I really enjoy, or an artist's artwork that I really like, or, you know, be a fandom that I really enjoy, in a way that is closer to my personal style, and just able to sort of have that little subtle thing. Because a pin is the perfect, like, middle between, I can wear the pin to work, right? I can wear my pins to work. I can't wear my graphic tees to work. You know, I can wear a polo shirt or a button down and have my pins on my lapel. I cannot wear a graphic tee, right?
It's very interesting that you like pins because you can wear the merch and it's more versatile than what a graphic tee would be. I like enamel pins just because they're like 3D artwork personally, because my pins live on my wall. They don't leave, they don't get taken down. I don't wear
Mars's
them.
pins
Honestly,
are sad.
most of them are too big to actually wear.
Well, that is true. I
So
do try to
I just
avoid
kind of let them
massive
be
pins.
artwork. I just let them be metal, glittery, pretty artwork. And they're really nice. Like, people get creative with the posing. My favorite enamel pins, though, are when characters are in fun poses. I don't really like what I call headshot pins, like when it's just the character's head as a pin, because it's like, okay, it's pretty, but there's also like not a ton going on there. Now, a full body pose, and it's like, it's elegant, it's got some movement to it, like you can feel the movement, like,
And that's why her pins are
yeah,
massive.
that shit. Yes, that's why my pin. I could take a picture of my pin wall if you guys want to see.
I can also take a picture of my pin wall if you want to see.
You guys can take a picture of your pin walls too if you got them.
Yeah,
Or any
we wanna
merch,
see.
really. We could have a merch night. But I do want to answer Pastry Puff's question here. With Voltron, I have no fucking idea why they killed Allura. I was watching Voltron while I was in the throes of undergrad. So when I got around to watching a new season, it was usually like either
But that's
right
the
before
internet.
finals when I got some downtime in between needing to study, or just like maybe a weekend where I had some free time. So by the time the new season had come out, I was already watching the fandom implode on Instagram. Like, it was like dropping a nuke.
Apparently, she does it to save the universe. The writers wrote this situation so that Allura doesn't have much choice on the matter. She either dies or the universe is doomed.
Wow. Okay, so the ultimate sacrifice comes down to, are you going to do it for the good of the world, or are you going to be selfish and let the world die?
Damn!
That,
Wow! The next line of this, like,
that's
readout.
shitty.
The next block of this readout goes, the paladins accept this quickly, and instead of trying to join her in her sacrifice, which honestly would have felt like a much better ending in my opinion, just stand back and watch her literally walk to her death.
Yeah, that's bad. No. No one wanted that. No one asked for that. I'm honestly starting to think maybe the writers hated Lance
Yeah.
and just wanted to torture him. Like, you ever hear those stories about studios not liking one particular character, so they just make all the terrible shit happen to them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't help but wonder. Yeah, so I never got around to watching the final season, Pastry Puff. It was just, I saw the fandom implode and I was like, this doesn't seem fun anymore. So I'm gonna bail
Okay.
and just live in denial through fan art.
When is many pins too many pins? Never, Roval.
Never.
I will,
Never,
Jamie.
never.
So, Mars, take a picture of your pin wall.
Oh, right now.
Bracelets are cool, too. I mean, you don't have to.
Guys, I'll do it after stream. I'm attached to the wall because my laptop needed to charge. Well, okay. If I leave for 5 seconds, you guys will behave? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
guys,
I'll be
chill,
back.
chill. Okay, I've returned. Welcome. Mars is gone, party. Woo, no. We're back.
Damn pastry puff. Woo! Yay, Ori's back. Ori's about to put her pin board in the Discord. I guess refrigerator door or the couch. I think the couch. We're on stream, we're doing stream stuff. The couch. There, my pin board is in the couch. You can all look at it now. Add your merch photos to the couch as well.
Yes. You can join, you can join.
Yes, of course it's a lot of pins and thews.
Couch the couch.
We said so.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger pin board soon. Also,
I too need to either rearrange my pins or get another board. Mine is tiny to begin with, so I ran out of room fairly quickly. And I also have 2 more Trigun pins coming in February. I'm just like,
Ooh.
oh no, where am I gonna put them?
Yeah, Martha has her keychains too. This does not have my keychains. A lot of my keychains are on lanyards
I
and
need a
stuff.
place for my keychains.
But, yeah, lots of pins. I love pins.
Now, if you guys wanted to see my places and plays keychains, those are in a whole different section. I have a special purse for that they all hang off of. Which honestly, I'm surprised hasn't
Yes,
fallen
a
down.
good ending.
gonna
That
lie.
is good, PCM. I like the good ending.
Good ending.
Good
yes.
night, Pastry Puff.
Night, Pastry Puff. Thank you for your explanations with the game. I've enjoyed
Yeah.
reading them.
And thanks for hanging out and telling us about Wings of Fire.
Yes.
I've never heard of Monster Camp before. The art is really cute. Oh, it's Monster Prom 2? What? I didn't know about
Bullshit.
this.
Or you just learned something new.
I didn't know about that. I
Oh,
didn't
wow, the
realize that
Flash made
Monster
that
Prom
video
had
look
a
terrible.
2. There's a third
Yeah.
one.
Damn.
Oh my god. There's that many Monster Proms?
You can
Monster
tell
Prom
which
3
characters
Road
are
Trip.
my favorite by looking at the pin board.
Mine is in color-coded order, and then Disney, and then sets.
Ooh, those are some cool bracelets, Roval.
Oh, I have to see these bracelets. Ooh.
I like the
I
red
like
yellow
the-
color scheme.
I like the middle one's beads. I mean, they're red and yellow too, but those are really pretty. Very nice. Monster Prom is one of those games that's like, I love the art and everything, and I would really want to play it, but just would never ever manage to do so on my own, you know?
On stream.
Yeah, you know, it's certainly in the brain. I don't know if Dylan would have as much fun. Because it is a dating sim, you know, which is a lot different than what we kind of go for.
Would be. Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong about it being a dating sim. It's a party game. Road Trip isn't a dating sim. So only Prom is a dating sim?
I mean, it sounds like because
What
prom.
does party game? Like Mario Party? Prom and Camp are dating sims, but Road Trip isn't a dating sim. Okay, interesting. Co-op native survival adventure. Interesting.
I am so tempted to get a Croconana.
They're so good, Mars!
They're so cute. I have literally have
Oh.
one saved in my bookmarks for forever. I'm like, when do I pull the plug and just get it?
Prom and Camp are competitive dating sims, and Road Trip is a co-op
Competitive.
survival.
What does
basically compete.
competitive dating sim
Yeah, you
mean?
basically compete with 3 other players to see if you can get the good ending.
Oh.
Is that for Monster Prom?
Oh, that's different. I've never played a game like that before. I played dating sims before, but competitive sounds
I've only
interesting.
seen like literally one short of it.
Who could speed run the relationship the fastest?
Yeah. It's so interesting. I mean, I
That's
love
wild.
the art style and the character designs. But interesting. I feel like that
I mean,
sadly
if
pushes
Ori
it.
and I played that, I mean, we've talked about having similar tastes, so we might be in trouble. But that would be good news for your guys because it would be super entertaining.
I feel like that's like a, I don't know, maybe 6 dateable characters and 4 players, and they fight over the characters they want to date. Damn. Yes, Neffy gets the break. Woo!
Woo!
Give
She
Neffy a
deserves
break.
it.
Let her cook and be happy.
Let Neffy have a break.
This is not doing angles like I want it to do.
I'm half waiting for PCM to be like, break Neffy? Okay.
Yeah, oh, that vibe though. That is something PCM would say. It wouldn't have to fit in a single stream if it's way down the line, but I also feel like it just doesn't fit our classic style of play. Same with like Play-Doh. Like
Well,
I
it's
love.
also because like it's mostly you who's in control and it's you who's screen.
Well, in theory,
receiving.
you guys would be playing with Monster Prom. In theory, is that's my understanding? Is it not?
Yeah, that's how I understand it.
So you would be playing.
Yeah, but we'd have to get everyone's screens up at the same time, and that could be a lot going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hello, Wisdom Minus. I feel like it sadly wouldn't work. Works with only one screen. This is so weird. How does this even work?
How's
It is.
work
That's
with
what I
4
thought. It's like a visual novel. But yeah, how does it work with multiple players?
It's like a competitive dating sim, which makes it sound like it's multiplayer.
I think I have to see someone play it, I guess. I don't know.
I might have to go watch a Let's Play.
I thought I knew what it was, but apparently I
And
don't.
Look at the snoot being drawn.
Yes. The snoot just has to be at the proper angle, which is not happening.
Oh, perspective shots.
Oh, perspective indeed.
Just
think we're
bring
just
back
gonna have to
all
leave
the
it like that.
nostalgia from Ben 10.
Indeed. But I think we're gonna have to wrap up. I don't think I'm gonna get much further with this. It's just not happening. Alright, guys.
It
Thanks for
does look
hanging out.
sick, though.
Maybe Mars will see something about Monster Prom and be able to explain it to me.
Yes. Oh, I'll do my
SJ
research.
Makinen.
I'll be
Okay.
diligent.
Wisdom minus. I'll try to remember that.
Oh, okay.
Very
welcome
nice.
back.
Welcome back indeed.
Oh,
Thank you
great.
for letting me know, because otherwise I never would have known.
Would you rather go by wisdom or minus? How would you like
Or
us to
minus
refer to you?
2. It do be quite late.
Or 2.
But I don't have to get up super early tomorrow, so that's nice. Just normal early.
Yay!
Yay, indeed.
I don't have to get up early at all tomorrow. I don't have work.
Ah, how nice.
Well, now I gotta find something else to do with my day, which is gonna be
Scripts! Haha.
That is very
Okay.
true.
You are certainly welcome to enthuse, and it would be very helpful. No worries,
Oh, yes.
PCM. Or you could put it in Campfire. All up to you. But we will, change the scene to...
Yes.
It's
Get
not
that end card up.
Woo! Alright, guys. Oh. Oh, it's the stupid end screen too. But thank you all for hanging out. It's the one I messed up, but that's okay. There's Dylan in spirit, talking, miming in the background. Thank you to all our YouTube channel members. There might be some cool new stuff coming your way there as well. We'll see about it. Maybe not that. Dylan jump scare, indeed.
Why are we layered like this? Why is
It's a
changeling
problem.
ready to kill me?
It's a problem with my quick editing that I still haven't managed to correct yet. So,
Okay.
such is life. It's good. Deal with it. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow for Ace Attorney.
Yes, we
All
get
right,
to
guys.
see. Hopefully, Iris goes down. I want her to go down.
Yeah. Get to deal with it this time. Whew. And welcome back to the Dylan Show then. All right,
Yes.
guys. And we
Enjoy.
will see you then. Good night.
See you tomorrow.